Chat, the boys seem to be spiraling. They seem to be spiraling, chat, and I mean completely out of control. All types of cracks in the pavement, allegedly, so we can perceive. Also, high probability that this turns into a criminal investigation. But we can't get too excited. At the end of the day, we're here for answers. Answers for Elmore and Christine. But a high probability means that we're getting closer to those answers. Lastly, irrelevant Tracestin, as we call him. If this turns criminal, could he have potentially implicated himself? Bad move, brother. Welcome to the Classic Codes.
Why you ain't say nothing? I'm only gonna do this once. You always knew I'd make it from the beginning. Why you ain't say nothing? You believed in me the whole time, for real? Yeah. I couldn't tell. You was around me from the beginning. Why you ain't say nothing? Why you ain't say nothing? Seen them hard times, couldn't kill me. Why you ain't say nothing? Why you ain't say nothing? Stages I'm on getting bigger. Now you wanna say something. But watching my story all winning. Why you ain't say nothing? Why you ain't say nothing? Why you ain't say nothing? Why you ain't call? Why you ain't say nothing? Why you ain't say nothing? You was around me from the beginning. Why you ain't say nothing? Stages I'm on getting bigger. Now you wanna say something. Put that on my soul. Oh no. They ain't hungry no more when it's time to eat crow. Or farming, I'm enhancing my glow. Ain't gon' argue with you about what I know. Photo album, all I'm seeing is ghosts. Had to remodel from pillar to post. Said what I said, I ain't come here to argue. You said congratulations, should've said sorry. Got it, now you won't be part of the party. Your access denied, I'm sorry, not sorry. When I needed air, niggas wouldn't have farted. Now they pulling up and thinking we solid. Now I'm on the phone talking $1 million topics. Up early, Zoom call out to Abu Dhabi. Don't answer my phone if it's gonna be about gossip. I don't really care, everybody got problems. That's why I be sharing my woes, letting y'all know it's okay, you can come up from the bottom. Whoa. Scraping, scratching, clawing. Before I start running, I started with crawling. Before I got balance, I started with falling. Started with broke before ever was balling. Started with hope before ever reward. They ain't show up till I became important. You was around me from the beginning. Why you ain't say nothing? Why you ain't say nothing? Seen them hard times, couldn't kill me. Why you ain't say nothing? Why you ain't say nothing? Stages I'm on getting bigger. Now you wanna say something? Been watching my story all winter. Why you ain't say nothing?
The Classic Codes disclaimer. This live stream is for entertainment and commentary purposes only. All statements made are alleged, opinion-based, and part of a public discussion. We are content creators reacting to publicly available information, not journalists or legal professionals. Nothing stated should be interpreted as factual claims or assertions of wrongdoing. Viewer discretion is advised. Welcome to the Classic Codes.
Classic! 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 I'm only gonna do this once. Yeah.
You playing in our face like we stupid. That's what this is.
Got that glow. And one thing they hate worse than you having that glow is when you know you got that glow. They don't like that. They don't like that at all. So give them a reason to keep hating on it. You know what I'm saying?
Let's get ready to rumble.
Yeah, or farming hard up in rank. Step in the room, they paid away. I get treated like a milli tank. Southpaw like I'm really tank. I do things that they really can't. Envious, cause they really ain't. I'ma win any type of way. That's a parlay you could take to the bank. That's a parlay you could take to the bank. Know some people I love, put some sweat on my name. Real life, I'ma still love them the same. I'ma love them from outside of the frame. I'ma love them from outside of the pain. That type of hate don't belong on my paint. That type of hate don't belong in proximity. Lord knows I love imaginity. Won't smoke, I know the back chimney. No hope with me once you an enemy. Well trained, I break you down clinically. BTA is my ministry. Laying that belt, laying that leather. It ain't no picks, it's with whoever. Ain't gotta like us, but you gon' respect us. Before I be soft, I'd rather be deadly. Let's get. Since I lost Sebastian, my heart to been heavy. Hardened my heart, now it's hard to be friendly. PTSD on my arms, he was heavy. Felt his heart stop, oh my God, I wasn't ready. Couldn't even walk, his last walk was with Granny. Heard he was sick and they said it was bad. I damn that collapsed, but my legs feel like jelly. Man down, I lost my family. Therapy dog, who gon' help with my sanity now? Think I'm about vanity now. Been in the gym, I'm trying to balance it out. Managing rage, out of line, so people jumped off the page. Bad time if you really won't play. Bad time for you to play with my name. It's Candyman. Yeah, you say my name. I'm up in rank. Step in the room, they paid away. I get treated like a milli tank. Southpaw like I'm really tank. I do things that they really can't. Envious, cause they really ain't.
Hey y'all,
I'ma win any type of way. That's a parlay you could take to them. I'm having that aura, I got that glow. They hate it worse when they know that you know. Walk in the room like I'm covered in gold. I used to suppress it, was about to implode. I used to suppress it, was about to explode. Sore thumb in the room everywhere that I go. Black sheep of the fam, used to think something was wrong. Took a little time to realize I was chose. Took a little time to realize I was special. Ever since birth, been a cold under pressure. Wanna be great, gotta do a little extra. That's why I grind with obsession. Everything about me irregular, everything about me is pressure. Maximum effort, no box left unchecked on the checklist. No stone left unturned. Max on the gas and exception. Or farming home up in rank. Step in the room, they paved the way. I get treated like a milli tank. Southpaw like I'm really tank. I do things that they really can't. Envious, cause they really ain't. I'ma win any type of way. That's a parlay you could take to the bank.
It ain't even about being a real dude or a fake dude.
Or farming home
I'm me.
Classic.
Yo, it's Classic with the Classic Codes, and I got a great live stream for y'all. Welcome to the best daytime live show on all streaming platforms, the Classic Codes, and I have the best chat on all streaming platforms, the Classic Codes chat 333. What up? Yeah. We pulling up in the evening tonight. You know what it is. You know, sometimes we got to stomp through different grounds. You feel me, chat? Yeah, sometimes we got to stomp through different grounds. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't the daytime, but listen, the big dog is here nonetheless. What up, chat 333? Who in here? Who in here, man? Who in here? Who time slot we stepping on, chat? What's up? Belinda said, what's up? Ms. Wood said, what's up? Dee said, hey, Classic, what's going on? Let me see. Holden SC, what's going on? Clarinetta, what's going on? Doggy Boy, what's going on? Boston in here, what's going on with it? What's happening? East Coast, yay, what up? YN check-in, what's going on? Who else in here? In Too Deep, what's happening? Too Tight in the building, what's happening? What's going on? Let me see, who else in here? Vanessa, what's up? What's popping? Marla, what's going on? How you feeling? Miss Washington, what's happening? How you feeling? Jameson, what's going on? Oh, Jameson early. Jameson ready to talk. Jameson ain't playing with y'all, man. What's going on, killer? Where you at? Belinda, what's happening? I missed you. Where you at? Where'd she go? There she go. Belinda, what's happening? How you feeling? Shout out to everybody in chat 333. Who else pulling up? I see a couple people coming in late. Let's ride. What up, Akeem? Well, how I say this? Brashawn, what's happening? Q Kennedy, what's going on? Crystal, what's up? What up, Crystal? You know how it is. Lawana, what's going on? Hey, how you doing? What's up, everybody? What's up? So we got a lot to talk about, chat. We got a lot to talk about. Make sure y'all knock out the free stuff for me. Go ahead, hit like and subscribe and share this to your favorite social media platform. It'll give us an algorithmic boost for the conversation this evening. Kenya, what's up? Juice, what's up? Ricardo, what's up? What's happening? Now, y'all the last ones in. Them the last ones to get a plate, all right? Them the last ones to get a plate. Everybody else just get the leftover refreshments. What up? So we got a lot to talk about. 333, what's happening? Clark said, love the show. Gratitude. Let's start off with the boys, man. I promised y'all a part 2, and I plan not to disappoint. We are here for part 2. We have to finish watching these boys spiral out of control. There is something very important in this interview that I want to point out that I missed yesterday, and then we're going to speed back up to this point. So y'all remember 16:50. Somebody in the chat remember 16 minutes and 50 seconds. That's what we're going to pick up from where we left off yesterday. But there's something that I missed yesterday, or didn't miss, but I didn't emphasize it. I neglected to emphasize yesterday that I don't want to go unsaid, because this is all documented, right? So let's scroll back here to about 10 minutes. Where Jax, the ultimate tattletale. We love when Jax talk, chat. When Jax talk, chat, everything gets so clear, don't it, chat? Hey, Jax, we appreciate you. Jack's gonna help us solve this thing. Hey, since Jax has been talking, things have been moving forward.
I'm only gonna do this once.
Let them talk. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Remember 1650. Thank you, chat. Appreciate you. Yeah, that's what we're gonna skip back to so we can catch up to where we left off yesterday. But check this out, chat. Look what we didn't emphasize.
You don't have good service. You can't even send a picture through from Horn Island to like somebody else. And so they put it on the phone. And even as teenagers, we don't really get on them. We go out there and we conversate, and we see a bunch of people that we usually don't see on a day-to-day basis, that we graduated high school with, guys that graduated before us. You know, it's a big meeting, like seeing all your friends that you haven't seen in a while. And so whenever we were coming back in, he didn't even think about grabbing his phone. He never asked about his phone, along with 5 other people that also left their phones on the boat, and we had to wait at the boat launch for them to come and pick them up, including.
There it is. 5 other people left their phones, and we had to wait at the boat launch to pick them up. Chat, we didn't emphasize that yesterday. If Javon left his phone on that boat, and they had to wait at the boat launch, there was 5 people that left their phones. Allegedly, one of them being Nolan, right? Allegedly, one of them being Nolan. 5 people left their phones. We had to wait at the boat launch for 4 people to come get their phones. At that point in time, whatever time that was that you were at the boat launch, nobody was like, damn, we're not going to wait for Nolan to come get his phone? Where's Nolan at? Nobody. Before 11 p.m., right? Before 10:30 p.m. Before getting to the girls' pool party and going upstairs to talk to dad and coming down and Wyatt conveniently bringing up Nolan, before all of that, y'all waited for 4 other people to come get their phone from the boat launch. At that point in time, y'all didn't get suspicious? Y'all didn't get suspicious right then. Because we know the boat got towed by land around 8 something or whatever the case may be or whatever, right? Back to the owner's house and all that silly shit, whatever. When y'all was at Fort Bayou around 5:36 something, whatever, I'm using approximate times, chat. I don't got the time slots in front of me. When y'all was running through Fort Bayou and all that, and when y'all got back to the boat launch, whatever time that was, it was before 10 p.m., it was before 11 p.m., it was way before all that. It was before all that. Y'all waited for people to come get their phones, and Nolan never showed up. Why wasn't y'all suspicious right then? Why didn't the hunt for Katie start right then? Hey, anybody know Katie number? And you know anybody that know Katie? Hey, somebody hop on Facebook, figure out if we can get a hold of Katie, because we got to get our dog his phone, and he's supposed to be with Katie. So if he with Katie, we can get a hold of him. I mean, we can get a hold of her. We can get a hold of Katie, and we should be able to get a hold of him, right? So we can get him his phone, because we done gave everybody else their phone. Javon picked up his phone. The other 3 picked up their phones. Only person phone left we got is Nolan. Somebody try to get a hold of Katie so we can get No his phone. Nobody was suspicious at the boat launch. We just missed this yesterday, chat. Nobody was suspicious at the boat launch, chat. Hold on.
And so whenever we were coming back in, he didn't even think about grabbing his phone. He never asked about his phone, along with 5 other people that also left their phones on the boat, and we had to wait at the boat launch for them to come and pick them up, including Javon. I mean, Javon left his phone on our boat.
Yeah, and Javon is one of the guys in the friend group.
Nobody. Shout out to TikTok. Somebody on TikTok brought this up, and I said, well, by golly, I got to bring this to the chat. Hey.
People that also left their phones on the boat, and we had to wait at the boat launch for them to come and pick them up, including Javon. I mean, Javon left his phone on our boat.
Yeah, and Javon is one of the guys in the friend group.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken.
Javon's a friend of mine, friend of ours. Like, not as tight as Nolan. Javon's in the class under me in school, and he's a friend of mine. But just like a lot of our other friends, Javon's our friend. He left the phone on the boat because we're trustworthy people. We're not going to steal something. We're not going to delete pictures off of someone's phone.
Classic.
You know you done fucked up, don't you? You know you done fucked up, don't you? Listen to me. I ain't went to law school. They haven't trained me on how to interrogate, but I have full and complete confidence that you put this gentleman on a stand in front of me under oath, I chew his ass up. Chew him up. You know you done fucked up, don't you? Boy, that lawyer better do his job. Objection, good ass question. Objection, he's asking too many good ass questions. Objection, he's got questions. Hey, you told me that 5 people left their phones and y'all waited at the boat launch to return them phones to them people that left their phones, and Nolan was one of the people, and Nolan never showed up to get his phone. At what point at the boat launch did y'all decide to stop waiting on Nolan to show up to get his phone? Y'all waited at the launch, right? Per your words, you waited at the launch for other people to come get their phones. Who decided that y'all had waited long enough for Nolan? And when y'all decided that y'all had waited long enough for Nolan and that y'all was going to leave, why wasn't there a concerted effort to locate where Nolan was, whose boat he had gotten on, whether or not he was still with Katie at that present time, which would have at the latest been 8-something p.m., right? So somebody who has the times pulled up, chat, let's go to work. Somebody who has the times pulled up, can you tell me what time they arrived at the boat launch, chat? Let's investigate this thing together. What time? Somebody in the chat let me know what time they pulled up at the boat launch so I can stop approximating. But I believe it was, 8 p.m.-ish or sometime before then. So when the other 4 showed up to get their phones and Nolan never showed up to get his phone, there had to be a decision made to proceed with the rest of the evening, right? So when that decision was being made, why didn't anybody go into the mode of finding out where y'all's brother, right? Because this is your brother. Why didn't anybody go into the mode of trying to find out where the brother is so that we can, at minimum, get him his phone? Or just know where he is for the sake of knowing where our brother, who we left behind, is. Just, it didn't cross y'all minds that we ain't, nobody's called Nolan's phone except for his mother twice. His mother called his phone twice, but nobody else called. You didn't see a phone call from Katie come into his phone, hoping that one of y'all answer to say, hey, this Katie, I'm calling Nolan phone. We trying to get with y'all so he can get his phone. Because I would imagine something like that got to occur, right? If I left my phone with y'all and I'm with a chick, I'm going to call my phone or call one of y'all phones from the chick phone and let y'all see where y'all at so I can come get my phone. I would imagine that's how that's going to go. So when we don't have any correspondence and y'all been waiting for everybody else to come get their phones and you've returned their phones successfully, but we haven't had any correspondence, I would think that your concern would kick in before 11 p.m. Explain. That's what I would think. That's what I would like to think. Y'all the fucked up. We got you. Black Mona in the chat. She said, hey, Classic. Hey, chat 333. What's going on, Black Mona? He said, hey, Classic in the chat. What's going on? What's going on? How I say your name, gang? Oh, no, that's a lady. I'm sorry, Miss Irma. Irma Griffin, how you feeling? How you doing? Yes, Lord. Kristen, I appreciate you for the 10 jewels. We got a super chat. Money in the chat. Too cool came through with the $5 super chat. He said 3 was the last time you saw him, yet your friend was yelling for Nolan to get on the boat you were on. Javon was there after 4:30 and did not see him. Yes, this is the information that we understand, and this is the information they're going to have to answer for on the stand. Yes, Lord. Appreciate you, too cool. He said, let him keep talking. Yes, Lord. We're going to let him keep talking. But let's get back forward. What was that timestamp, chat? 1650? Let's get to where we left off yesterday. I just wanted to point that out, chat. That's one more thing you're going to have to answer for. Jack's working. Hey, when we play basketball, chat, this is just a quick little one-off. When we play basketball, chat, and somebody on the other team keep messing up, we be like, he with us. He with us. That's how I feel about Jax. Every time Jax talk, I'm like, hey, let him talk. He with us. He with us, folks. Yeah, he playing for us. Yeah. Oh God. All the hoopers know what I mean. All right, y'all. Let's get to work. I think we close enough. Let's go.
Kind of throwing him out. And he's on the phone with Cito, and he's trying to get them on the phone. And as he stated in the moment, he's like, Cito's just asking all these dumb questions. I can't figure out what's going on.
Hold on, we got supers real quick. Super stop the show. Super chats are guaranteed, y'all, just so y'all know. Let's see. Mary J for the $4.99 super chat. She said, these boys are screwed. 90% of the public are not stupid. Justice for Nolan Wells. Say that. Say that. Appreciate you, Mary J. Too cool with another 5-ball said, understanding logic, people may ride out there and then leave with someone else. The next question should have been, had Nolan ever done that before? Ooh, that's a great follow-up question. And so simple. You would think that that just comes to mind, right? Has Nolan ever done that? All the times y'all said y'all went out there with Nolan, did Nolan ever ride back with a different person? Or was that uncharacteristic of him? These are all things that they will have to answer for if they're ever, you know, on a stand. You know, these are things you're going to have to answer for if you're ever, you know, under oath. Yeah. No. Listen, don't get it twisted, gentlemen. Warren, damn it, Bart, Jax, Morgan, Wyatt, don't get it twisted. None of us here are hoping that you guys go to jail unless you did something. If you did something, you are going to have to fight for your freedom.
Yeah.
You just can't go. You can't just go around killing your brothers, allegedly, if that's what happened, and think that you're not going to have to fight for your freedom. You're going to have to fight for you got to fight for your right. It's not funny, but we got to laugh to keep from crying because Nolan ain't coming back, and his birthday is tomorrow. We're going to put something together for him. Let's work.
It finally hangs up, and after the trim to the motor started to work again. So they manually trim it down by the buttons on the motor, trimmed it down, and some electronics started to come back on, and they got the boat to crank over, and they're like, all right, untie us, because if you can get a boat on plane, the suction of the water going underneath it will actually pull all the water out of the bilge if you have the plug out. So like say you have the plug out and it's sitting, the boat will sink. If you have the plug out and you're running, all the water will rush out the back of the boat.
When you say on plane, you mean like it has to be going fast enough to be up on top of the water?
Yep. So on plane is you're up, you're running, you're out of the water basically. There's
your bows on plane.
Yeah, so you're up out of the water running.
Yep.
So where are you guys at when this happens? As far as from Horn Island to the mainland, where are you guys at in between there?
So we're probably 1.5 miles off of Horn. I'd say a mile off Horn.
From the start where the CETO call was, we were probably about 1/4 mile off the island. Like you could see, it's visible in the picture that you posted that Wyatt is on the CETO call, and it's that video of the boat panning, of the video of the boat getting panned, and you can see everybody in the boat. If you look in the background, the island's right there. So I mean, going back to like what you said earlier, if we killed somebody or hurt somebody, the whole island is literally not even 1/4 mile away to see.
I'm gonna keep it all the way real with you. You talking about 1/4 mile. Ladies and gentlemen, just to give y'all perspective, I'm finna answer this question too. Great question, Mr. Jones. I got you. So listen, he said they're about 1/4 mile. We know that the coordinates that they gave is farther than 1/4 mile. That's first and foremost. When they were on the CETO call, we've looked up those coordinates. Those coordinates are further than 1/4 mile. But it's fine. They're actually on the boat, so they're guesstimating. Let's throw a little sprinkle of benefit of the doubt in there. Let's say it's 1/4 mile. 1/4 mile is exactly one lap around the track. If you guys can picture a track, everybody close your eyes with me and picture a track. Now take the track apart and stretch it out straight, right? The track goes in an oval shape, right? Stretch that track out straight. Stretch it out straight. Break the oval and stretch it out straight in your mind. Now try to look to the end of the track. Tell me y'all can see what the fuck going on at the end of that track. That's 1/4 mile. 1/4 mile is one lap around the track. Stretch a track out straight and tell me with your eyes, you can see in detail what's happening at the end of that track. So 1/4 mile is far enough for you to be in water, on a boat, do something to somebody, and a person who is at the shore without binoculars looking at that boat can't see that somebody's getting potentially harmed. 1/4 mile is plenty far enough. It's plenty far enough. So again, these gentlemen are spiraling and they're full of moot points. Moot points. They're talking, but they're not saying anything. You see what I'm saying? This person just 85 Qual said true. Let me go back up to dog question. Darnell said they said Nolan was begging them to go. Or they said Nolan was begging them to go. So why would he not ride back? I didn't hear anybody saying that Nolan was begging them to go though. because he had been with them since the day before. So just let me know where you heard that at, gang, and I'll see if I could, because it's a lot of comments. So hopefully I see it. But yeah, I never heard that Nolan was begging them to go. Ron Clark, appreciate you for the coins. Too cool with a $5 super chat. He said the lawyer said they were aground during the CETO call. Yes. No. The lawyer said, Bart's lawyer said that they were aground when Bart was offering assistance. But the CETO call was made when they were in 31 feet of water and off the coast a bit. And Bart's name is floating around in that call like he was still helping. So that's just one more thing they're going to have to answer for. They had everything that doesn't make sense, which is a lot of shit, if I do say so myself, you're going to have to answer for all of it and make it make sense. That's going to be the issue. And when you've compiled this many lies, you have this many moving parts, this many pieces, this many people that have to stay quiet for this to go perfect, the shit looking tricky and sticky, and these boys are spiraling. They are spiraling. He said anchored, not aground. Yeah, he said they were anchored. I mean, by the shore. You know what I'm saying? I get what you're saying, though. Tomato. Black Mona said, fight for your freedom. She's spamming that. Fight for your freedom. Yeah. Hey, the lawyer gonna have to do their job. They ain't getting all these fucking lawyers for no reason. These boys got platoons of lawyers. They ain't getting these lawyers for no reason. They know they finna have to fight for it. We're gonna get into that in a minute. Let's work.
Hundreds of boats lined up on the island. So that's really all I have to say about that.
Yeah. So we
were about a quarter mile out.
So we were about a quarter mile out, whatever. So they pull the plug out the back of the boat. They have the motor running and everything like that, and they got to take off. So the boat's having trouble trying to get up, and it's slowly coming up because the weight of the water. Finally, it planes off, and the water gets sucked out the back, and they're full speed running. And then after that, I didn't see them anymore. I think you were on the boat. You start from there.
Yeah. So after we planed off, Wyatt kept the boat pinned the whole way in. We ran into the.
Hey, right before he finna get ready to lie, he take this deep breath. He been doing it in all the interviews. Every time he finna get ready to be disingenuous, he always gather himself. And then he gonna swallow some spit that ain't in his mouth. Watch, chat, watch.
Mouth of Fort Bayou, where we came from originally. And we turned into Fort Bayou, went in the channel, ran probably 500, 600 yards into Fort Bayou. Wyatt had jumped out of the boat, put the plug back in the boat so access water. So water didn't keep pushing and filling the boat up. So then we turned around and Wyatt brought the boat to the dock, and that's when I had gotten out and got back in the car. And I didn't drive, but a buddy of mine drove me, and we went back to.
Who's the buddy? Who is the buddy? He's got a lot of buddies. These buddies gonna have to have names in court, allegedly. If it come to that, this is all alleged for content creation purposes and entertainment. But listen, if it come to that, the buddies gonna have all these buddies gonna have to have names. Every single buddy gonna have to have a first, last name, maybe a middle name.
Classic.
Every it ain't gonna be no buddies when the feds involved. No buddies. What's buddy's name? Yeah, they got a lot of buddies. Fuck his buddy. Anybody know who Buddy is? 333 in the chat if y'all don't know who Buddy is. Wyatt jumped out the boat to get the plug situated. They went somewhere. Then he hopped off the boat and got a ride somewhere with one of his buddies. Who is Buddy? Because Buddy gonna have to corroborate your story. Because there could be a potential alibi going on. So we would have to answer for all of your whereabouts the whole day and beyond. So who are these buddies? And we need to talk to them about what they've been doing with their lives. All buddies involved. We need to talk to everybody. What you talking about? Yeah. Nobody left behind. What is you talking about? Yeah. Hey, cause listen, if you caught a body on that boat and you was trying to, go ahead and get up out of Fort Bayou and your buddy drove, your buddy may be implicated too. You a getaway driver. If there's any proof that your buddy knew that he was driving you away from a potential crime scene, your buddy gonna have to fight for his freedom too. When I say everybody involved, I mean everybody involved. What is you talking about? Yeah. If there is a crime, everybody.
Classic.
What the fuck is you talking about? Who is Buddy? Keep talking.
Jax's house.
Okay, so I just want to make this very clear and abundantly clear for the audience. Are you saying that the video that I posted, which is like a 3-second loop. Now I have a lot more of the video, but to not expose people that have nothing to do with this, I only posted the smaller part, the 3-second part. Are you saying during that time, a portion of that, why it was on the phone with Cito, so a portion of that is the Cito call, and that Nolan is not on that boat?
What up, Mal?
And that video that's out there is a representation of who was on the boat during that Cito call.
Correct.
So I want to jump back to something real quick, because I was on the island and the reception was bad. I left my phone on the boat when I got out and went in the water. But people are saying online that how can you make a Cito call if the reception is so bad on the island? Because before you said the reception wasn't really good enough to even send a picture message to somebody else. So how is this call being made if the reception is not as good?
Remember.
I mean, if you listen to the call back, listen to the call back.
Why they just jump cut? Damn, I wasn't even looking and I heard the jump cut. Why they just jump cut like that? God, that shit looks suspicious as hell. That's a bad spot for a jump cut.
I mean, if you listen to the call back, listen to the call back. I mean,
of who was on the boat during that Cito call.
Correct.
So I want to jump back to something real quick, because I was on the island and the reception was bad. I left my phone on the boat when I got out and went in the water. But people are saying online that how can you make a Cito call if the reception is so bad on the island? Because before you said the reception wasn't really good enough to even send a picture message to somebody else. So how is this call being made if the reception is not as good?
I mean, if you listen to the call back, listen to the call back. I mean, there's areas in the call where
It wasn't a jump cut, Chad. It was like a temporary mute or some shit. But let's go.
it's splotchy. It's not direct. Like, it's not like you're sitting from me to you talking to the person on the phone. I mean, you're obviously out on the water. I mean, you can hear it in the Cito call.
And so when it comes to the reception, because I didn't look at my phone one time on the way out to Horn Island. I mean, it was a beautiful ride.
Of course, because you're not thinking about it.
Yeah, I'm not even thinking. I'm looking at how beautiful this water is.
Right.
We were having fun on the boat. We were playing music, some of Nolan's favorite songs.
Yeah.
So I wasn't thinking about my phone. So I wasn't checking
They got a lot of nerve talking about some of Nolan's favorite songs. Y'all got a lot of nerve, boy.
reception. Now, is the reception recover at some point between Horn and the mainland? Or is it terrible reception while you're over the water until you get to the mainland?
No,
I mean, there's
as
really
soon as you get off the island coming in shore,
yeah,
you
but there's
start
really
picking up
like
reception
no
again.
definite way to tell where the reception comes in, because I mean it's all satellite. I mean, yeah.
Okay, so they having a muddy ass answer of saying you can make phone calls and you're not gonna have the best service in the world. They're giving a muddy ass answer of saying yes to the question. Can you get service on the way to Horn Island, on Horn Island, near Horn Island? Can you get you some service? The answer is yes. The answer is yes. Yes, you can get service. Is it perfect service? No. Is it choppy? Could your call drop? Could you call back? Do you have to be resilient with the service? Yes. But can you get service? Yes. The answer is yes. You can get fucking service. We know you can get service because y'all talked to Cito. We got an 8-minute phone call. You know what I'm saying? You got service. The answer is yes. It's a yes or no question. Yes, you can get service. If you try to send a picture, it may take a while, but if you get to a good little spot, y'all know how it be when you be in certain buildings and you got to hold that motherfucker like this and you go over here to that corner and it get real strong and you move 6 feet and then it get choppy again. It be like that sometimes, but you have service. So yes, the answer is yes, you can get service. We know it for a fact because we've listened to your phone call. Spotty service, but we have service. And maybe because the way that these guys are describing the service would probably mean they didn't have the wherewithal to keep their voices down when they was talking in the background of the freaking Cito call. That's probably why they didn't think they need to keep their voices down. They probably didn't think that shit was going to pick up. But sound waves and frequencies, trust me, it's a more complicated thing than you guys would ever believe if you haven't looked deeply into it. You know what I mean? And the way sound and frequencies and vibrations and stuff travels and stuff like that, it's just, you never know when you're being heard if you're in the background of something. It's just a matter of how determined somebody is to pull your vocal out. And that's just the real. Some of your I'll give you an example. Some of your favorite rappers' songs, now that I'm saying this to you, you're going to hear it. Some of your favorite rapper songs that are notorious for wearing a lot of jewelry, go back and listen to their music. And you're not listening for this, but you will now. Go back and listen to their music, and you can hear their jewelry clanking in the background of the song. People with trained ears, we hear it all the time. I'm going to give you an artist to reference. Key Glock, Young Dolph. They both wear excessive jewelry when they record, and you can hear their chains rubbing together in the audio. You're ear deaf to it, but it's a real thing. So yeah, them thinking that sound and the calls are so bad, it would explain why they was talking so stupid in the background and potentially, allegedly implicating themselves in a potential murder case. This is what's going on. So it all makes sense. Adrian said Nipsey too. Yeah, you can hear his gold chains rubbing together. Yep. I record sitting down. In a lot of my songs, I can hear my chair. I can hear my studio chair creaking. It's a staple of my music, but the untrained ear will not catch it. So again, that Cito call and Nolan's phone, smoking gun, chat. Let's work.
It's different. I've gotten service 80 miles offshore, like off of a satellite coming to a oil rig. Yeah, and I connected to it from the rig. But like,
it just depends.
I could go to Horn Island and not have any service. I could go there and have service. I mean, I think it's truly different, like every time.
The answer is yes. Is service achievable? Yes. All this talking in circles and walking us around the block. Shit is crazy, man. I'm doing this for Nolan because these guys are a waste of time. We're doing this for Nolan. Shout out to Elmore and Christine. Justice for Nolan because these guys are a waste of time. This is a joke. Why they spinning the block 100 times to just say yes? Yes, you can get some service.
So is it fair to say the service on Horn Island is super spotty?
Yes. Yeah.
And it was just almost by chance, in part, that the call was successful to call Cito. Okay.
Yeah, partly, yeah.
And I want to get to that picture. Because I think a lot of people are confused about the picture. You guys cleared this up for me last time I came, but I want the world to kind of hear this because I don't think I addressed it last time me and you, Warren, was on the interview. People are saying, and this is how the picture went viral, that the people pictured in the photo were the ones that went on a boat with Nolan and came back. Can you explain that? Because I don't think everybody that was in that picture even went to Horn Island on the same boat as Nolan.
So I can say whenever we all got out there.
Hold on, before you get there, because I think this will address another issue that people have of saying, well, why are they taking pictures if the reception is bad? Can you point out where this picture took place? What is going on with this?
Okay. Chat, do y'all want to listen to this part? I bet y'all gonna say yeah. God damn, chat.
You playing in our face like we stupid. That's what this is.
Chat, we all have cell phones. Why are they having us explain spotty reception like we don't all have cell phones? Why are they having to explain this to us? On Snapchat in particular, Nolan's app of preference, according to his parents. On Snapchat in particular, you can take abundant videos and photos and store them into Snapchat until you are back to your reception. You can do that with no Wi-Fi. You can open Snapchat with no service and take pictures and videos and store them in your Snapchat until you get back to reception. True or false, chat? True or false? Can you do that on Snapchat? True or false? 333 in the chat if you've used your Snapchat in that capacity. You do not have service, but you are still making hella snaps and storing them for when you get back to service. Is that true or false, chat? Ye said facts. I want to see it from the public. Is that not a thing? So the whole concept of if service is spotty, why would you ever record any memories? Doggy Boy said they go through after. Black Mona said true. Clark said 333. Yes, this is a real thing. So this whole concept of, and you don't even need internet to just use your camera roll. You could just record in your camera roll and upload to whatever apps you want to when you're done with your day. When you get back to the comfort of your own home and your Wi-Fi. Like, what is this? What is it? This is a stupid ass question is what I'm saying. So it's like, I'm going to play this for y'all and I'm going to do this so we can get closer to the truth. But this shit, like they're doing such a bad job of exonerating themselves in the court of public opinion. This shit is horrific when you think about it. They talking like we don't have phones. They talking like we don't have Snapchat. This shit weird.
It's infamous picture now.
Yep. So whenever we got there, like I said, I wasn't even on the same boat as Nolan. We pull our boat in. Nolan, their boat pulls in, whatever. I get out in the water. I walk over to Nolan's boat, and I'm talking to Nolan for a little bit, whatever. And I put my phone up on the dash. Nolan puts his up there. As Nolan's putting his phone on the dash, he sees an actual little camera that one of the girls that came on the boat brought. And his first words was, he picks up the camera and he goes, "We got to take a picture." Just like that. And
let Jax keep. I like Jax. Jax with us, chat. Hey, chat. Jax with us, folks. Yeah. Hey, give Jax the mic. We need, Officer Tatum, Officer Tatum. Hey, get a solo interview with Jax. That's all we need to button this thing up. Hey, all we need is a solo interview with Jax. This shit over with, chat. That's all we need, chat. Jax working with us. Listen to him, chat. He can't help himself. That boy want to tell so bad. He dry snitching.
He sees an actual little camera that one of the girls that came on the boat brought. And his first words was, he picks up the camera and he goes, "We got to take a picture."
Nolan's parents, Nolan's father, Elmore Wansley, said, man, Nolan loved his phone. He loved being on social media. I'll wake up from out of my sleep and Nolan got that phone in my face and I'll be cussing like, get that phone out my face, man. Nolan's mom was like, Nolan to come up to her like, Mom, you haven't posted today. You need to be posting. Now they're saying Nolan saw like a little mini cam, like a little GoPro or something, I'm assuming, little mini cam on the dash. And Nolan, consistent with the story of his father, consistent with the story of his mother, he grabs the camera and he like, we got to use this. We got to take a picture. We got to, you feel me? Because he's that type of person. But you're telling me this same individual who Jax's account lines up with, who his mother's account lines up with, who his father's account lines up with, this same individual ain't have nothing on his phone for the whole day. He wasn't on that day. He wasn't on that day. Conveniently, the day he showed up and his last day on the earth, he wasn't on that. He wasn't about taking no pictures or none of that. He wasn't on that day. Hey, Jax, keep talking, Jax. Jax, give us some more, Jax. Help us out.
Just like that. And in my mind, I'm like, heck yeah, like let's take this picture. So that's where you got me and Nolan and one picture. And then as we're taking that picture, Morgan and another buddy of ours come up and they're like, all right, like let's take a picture all together of us on the front of the boat. We're like, all right, yeah, let's do that. So we got on the front of the boat and that's where that picture was taken.
So was it taken from a phone or
no, like an actual like little camera.
Okay. And was it taken from where you docked at, or was it taken out there at Horn Island?
It was taken out at Horn Island.
Okay. So but it wasn't on the phone.
No.
That image was allegedly photoshopped. Jay Megan did some interesting examination of that image, the infamous image that we all saw first. And she said it appears to be photoshopped because of the way the sun angles are hitting on both sides. It doesn't make sense, right? And she broke it down very articulately. I'm not going to say that it was photoshopped, but it's convenient to say that we didn't take that photo on a phone because then you don't have to provide metadata. However, the camera should still have data. Cameras still keep date and time data. So we would need to know where that, we need to subpoena the little camera as well. Yeah, we need to subpoena that little camera as well. Let's continue. Thank you, Jax. We appreciate you for your services.
Hey, I want to clear this up too, because I'm not aware of this. You guys may obviously have more information. Were people uploading, I know we talked about the service issue, but were people uploading onto social media?
I mean, you could.
Not really, no.
You could be.
Realistically, you could.
You could. If you want to sit, if you're motivated enough to do it, yeah. Like, I made a phone call to my.
They all wanted to give different answers. That's bad. This doesn't look good right here. Watch how this happens. That's not good. Look how this happens, chat. We're gonna break this shit down because they're spiraling, chat. They haven't even agreed on the lies they want to tell. Man, don't say that. Man, I'm telling the truth. Not this time. Listen.
Were people uploading? I know we talked about the service issue, but were people uploading onto social media?
I mean, you could.
Jack shakes his head no. Warren says, I mean, you could. Let's pay attention to the body language here. Hold on. My homie just told me how to do this in the comments. He said to go back one frame.
Not really, no.
You could be
realistically, you could.
You could. If you want to sit there, if you're motivated enough to do it, yeah. Like, I made a phone.
So these two are brothers. Warren and Morgan are brothers. They both want to tell the same answer. Jack's ready to lie. Jack's looking at the floor like, y'all fucking up my story. You know what I'm saying? This not good. This is not good.
Not really, no.
You could be.
Realistically, you.
Okay. So, but wasn't on the phone?
No.
Hey, I want to clear this up too, because I'm not aware of this. You guys may obviously have more information. Were people uploading? I know we talked about the service issue, but were people uploading onto social media?
Jack's finna immediately. I'm about to put this in half speed and mute it. We don't need to hear him. Oh, we probably do need to hear him. We're gonna put everything at half speed. Half speed. Jax is gonna nod his head no gently until Warren says you could, and then Morgan's gonna bounce off of Warren. Look at this. You see the head shake right there? Jack shook his head in the middle. Now watch Warren.
I mean, you could.
Not really, though.
You could be.
And Jack says, not really, though. And he said, realistically.
Realistically,
And then Morgan adds into what his brother is saying. Realistically.
you could.
And then Jack's looking at Morgan like, wait, you motherfuckers working against me? He looked at Jack shook his head, no. Warren said you could. He looked at Warren like, not really. Warren like you could. Then Morgan like you could. He looked at Morgan like, bitch, you would hit. We got him, Jack. We got him. What the fuck is going on? Jax looked at them like, man, what the fuck? Hey, hold on, folks. What's this? This ain't what we discussed. Hey, hold on, G.
You could. If you want to
He put his head down. Man.
sit there if you're motivated enough to do it. Yeah, like I made a phone call to my mom and I had to call her like 8 times before she picked up because either her service was bad, she was on the back side of the aisle on the south side, or my service was bad and it was just hard to get through. But like if I went and posted a video on Snapchat, like honestly, I don't think it would like either post or send to somebody. I think, I sent my buddy where we were at, a buddy of mine. I was like, hey, come meet us. And I sent him a video and he's like, dude, I couldn't get a hold of you all day. And
why did you try? You see how they tell it on themselves? Why did you try to send your buddy a video if you knew it wouldn't go through? Because you knew that it could go through. Depending on where you at, depending on where you sitting, it can go through. That's why you tried. You wouldn't have tried if you absolutely don't get service on Horn Island. You wouldn't even have tried. If you just don't get service at all, let them talk.
I don't think it would like either post or send to somebody. I think, I sent my buddy where we were at, a buddy of mine. I was like, hey, come meet us. And I sent him a video and he's like, dude, I couldn't get a hold of you all day. And like, that explains the point. Like I sent him a video where we were at and it never sent until I got insured.
Yeah.
But you tried because you know that there's a possibility that, because sometimes your videos go through. The question is not, do you get consistent service? The question is, can you get service? The answer is yes. That's it.
I had no service.
We got a super chat. Appreciate you, Marty. Marty with the 499 said 333. Congratulations on 10K subs. Classic salute. Yes, sir. He said it's open up. He said it's only up, Joe. The Chicago. Oh, you know what it is? You know what it is? Hold on. Let me get him right.
The Chicago nigga.
Yeah.
Classic.
Yeah. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. Let's work.
It shock you because Tracestin Wells, Nolan's mother, is online. She was very shocked that she said Nolan didn't have any Snapchats or something. I'm assuming that whole day. Is that shocking to you if he did or did not have photos or videos or stuff upload to social?
Not at all.
Not at all.
Because
I mean,
like we said, we've been out there many times before, and nobody's on their phone out there. First,
Hey, in that you right, 85 Qual, good catch. We got another buddy. Hey, the buddy that he hit up, that he sent that message to, he gonna have to answer for that too. Who is that buddy? We need his name too. The buddy that he messaged like, hey, come meet us. Because if you potentially participated in a crime, come meet us could have been, come help us with this, right? So we want to talk to that buddy too. We need that buddy's first and last name. Everybody keep note and keep track of all these fucking buddies. Everybody track the buddies, guys. We need a buddy counter. We need a buddy counter. He sent the message to his buddy that didn't go through until later. He said, man, I couldn't get a hold of you all day. I'm sure when he finally got a hold of him, he had to let him know, allegedly and potentially, right? Possibly if there was a crime. Oh, man, we've been dealing with some shit, bro. Nolan's dead, potentially, right? And if that's how that interaction went, perhaps, potentially, allegedly, possibly, right? In the grand scheme of things, just speculation, all satire for content creation purposes and entertainment. We know there's 46 lawyers floating around, chat. We got to say it. So look, if that's how that conversation went, then we need to talk to Buddy. Because if Buddy knew and he didn't say nothing, he gonna have to fight for his freedom too. Yeah. Any and everybody who knew something that didn't say shit, you gonna have to fight for your freedom. I keep telling y'all, goof ass, the first one to squeal get the best deal. Y'all not listening. So wait, we gonna get to the rest of it. I got time today. We gonna get to the rest of it. The first one to squeal get the best deal. So if you not okay, don't say nothing. Let us find out you knew and you ain't say shit. Fight for freedom. Fight for freedom. Straight up. Fight for your freedom. Hey, listen, we just want answers for the Wansleys. We just want answers for Elmore and Christine and his siblings. Nolan has siblings. We want to get answers for them. But if the answers tell us that there was a criminal thing going on and there was a cover-up, everybody who helped make the blanket for the cover-up got to fight for their freedom. And I'm talking about everybody. Everybody. Yeah.
Off. And then second off, if you want to take Snapchats and stuff like that, you can, but you're just really going to have to save them to your camera roll and upload them back whenever you get insured, because when you go to send it, it's just going to have an error.
And most guys, when they're out on the island all day, they're really not thinking about posting something on their Snapchat story.
So the phone was taken on like a...
Most guys, when they're on the island all day, they're not really thinking about posting, but you sent your homie a video. Come on, chat. Most people ain't even think about their phones. They're not posting. We don't even be on our phones, but you sent your homie a video. You sent your man's a video. You just told us most people that, man, we ain't even worried about that. But you sent your homie a video. You claimed that there really ain't no reception. You got to be highly motivated to try to communicate. Yet you called and spoke to your mama. Yet you sent your homie a video. But motherfuckers don't fuck with their phones. And we got a video of you doing a selfie video. And in the video, you look allegedly and apparently and allegedly you look under the influence of what the fuck ever. It's on tape. It's on tape. So you was using your phone. You was using your phone. And this man who we know has a proven testified history of being big into his phone, he didn't have shit in his phone for the whole day. Man, you got to play with your mama, folks. You got to play with your mama. You can't play with us like that. Play with your mama. Joe Jet said 333. Thank you for the $9.99 super. Joe Jet, A1, day one. Hey, listen, real quick story on Joe Jet. I remember when I first started streaming, it was many streams I did where it was just me and Joe in this motherfucker. Joe Jet got on the channel and was like, man, I'm rocking with what you doing, man. And I just be talking to Joe, y'all. Now it's 1,000 of us in here, chat. Mama told us it'd be days like this. That's the one off. Let's get to this other super. We got a $5 for Too Cool. He said, when did the grandfather leave the island? It seems the parents and grandfather may be the witnesses, so that timeline matters. Kids drinking and drugs. Allegedly. Too Cool trying to crack the codes. Godzilla said, why they ain't say nothing? I got you. $5 super chat. Gratitude. Appreciate y'all for sending the jewels through. Black Mona sent a $5 super, said, buddy counter. Fight for your freedom. She said the buddy counter equals fight for your freedom. Appreciate y'all for the super chats. Let's go. We got work to do. Let's go.
A camera that's not a phone. Yeah. Now, how did that get to you guys, and how did that ended up getting to the internet?
So whenever we first realized that Nolan I'm not gonna say he didn't. When we first realized we don't know where Nolan's at, the first thing we were trying to figure out, or his mom was, what was he wearing? And so we were trying to remember what color his shorts were. We couldn't quite figure that out.
I said black.
Yeah, I think we said black.
I really did. He was wearing navy blue shorts.
Yeah, it was like dark blue shorts.
Dark. I just said black because I was trying to piece everything together and help out. And
so at this point, we're freaking out. We don't know where our friend's at. And the girl that took the picture, she was like, okay, well, I just took this.
So they've been with their brother all day. They realize their brother's missing when it's damn near tomorrow. It's 11 p.m. It's damn near tomorrow. They finally become concerned about their brother. And then to help find their brother, they can't even recollect what the fuck he was wearing. Yet y'all used y'all phones. Warren, you used your phone that day. So if you needed to know what Nolan was wearing, go back through your phone. You just told us you used your shit. That's a fact. You know, it's interesting that you gave a inaccurate description. That's very interesting.
Picture of today. This is what color swim trunks he was wearing, and his mom asked for that to post on Facebook to say, if you've seen him, whatever, this is what he was wearing. And so that's what we sent to her, or that's what she sent to her, because we were just trying to help. You know, we weren't trying to cover up anything. We want to know where our friend was just as bad as everybody else does. I mean, that was our boy.
No, you don't want to know, because you ain't looking for him now.
Classic.
You don't want to know where your friend was, because you're not looking for him now. You guys are spending $200,000 of community-funded money to pay for an attorney, and you could be using those same resources to find out the truth about what happened to your friend, because if you didn't have nothing to do with it, locating the truth clears your name as well. It's a win-win. I find out what happened to my friend and my name gets cleared up. So instead of using your resources to clear your good name by way of truth, you are using your resources to defend yourself from something that you said you didn't do. So you lying. You don't want to find your friend or what happened to your friend just as bad as the rest of us. This is what it looked like when you want to find out what happened. What y'all doing is not what it looked like when you want to find out what happened. You're from the little bitty ass town. Go ask around for yourself. Go play chess with somebody. Make somebody get real comfortable with you and divulge too much so that you can go to the authorities with what happened to your friend. Be of assistance. You're not being of assistance. You guys don't care about finding the truth. Or maybe it's because you already know the truth. Perhaps, right? We just speculating. We don't know. But somebody said the absence of curiosity is what is it? The absence of suspicion is a confirmation or something like that. You're not curious because you know. That shit could be a thing too. But yeah, you guys you're not trying to find out what happened to Nolan. They haven't said that. Y'all done hours at this point. Y'all done a couple of hours worth of interviews, and not once have you guys spoken on the efforts that you've been making over the course of the last 6 weeks or 7 weeks to figure out what happened to your friend on your own. If something happened to my best friend, whether the police, whatever the police doing is what they doing. Whatever Ben Crump is doing is what he's doing. I'm running my own investigation about my homie. I'm not getting lawyers to defend my name. I'm trying to find out what happened to my homie if I ain't had nothing to do with it. And I'm talking about I'm really moving around asking real pressing questions. I don't need no warrants, right? I'm not police. I don't need no warrants. Where you say Buddy was at? Hey, I heard you had some information on what happened to my homie. Yeah, bro, don't walk up in here like that. I'm walking up in here just like that. Now, what you know about what happened to my homie? Straight up, I'm pressing shit. Straight up. I don't need no fucking warrant or no judge or nothing. I'm a civilian talking to another civilian. What you know? Man, I ain't got to talk to you. You kind of do. Yeah, that's how you press shit out. You kind of about to talk to me. Fuck is you talking about? You kind of don't have a choice. Yeah, Big Skull, what up? Appreciate y'all for sending the jewels through. Yes, Lord. Look at them jewels coming through. Sonya, appreciate you. Too cool said there is no way they do not know what Nolan was wearing. He left his wallet, phone, shirt, shoes, and keys. How they supposed to get? How is he supposed to get around? It's the truth shall come to the light, man. The truth gonna come to the light. I think it's pretty clear that we're not getting the truth from any of these gentlemen. We have some other things to get to, but we still got a little bit more of this left. Let's go.
I want to know worse than everybody else does. And so that's how that picture came about.
And I want to get to the phone situation of Miss Christine or Miss Wells said online, and I've seen it on the news and everything, as if she had to come and hunt you down to get this phone. Now I know, Warren, you weren't at the house, and so you weren't there when they came to get the phone and all that. So how did this happen? Because last time we talked, you said you told, and I would call her Miss Christine, you told Christine that you had Nolan's phone. Like, can you explain that to me? Because I'm confused. I don't know what's what. Did you tell her you had the phone? And when did you tell her you had the phone if you did?
Okay. So first we'll start off with what I was saying in Jax, but then if Morgan has something to say, but I want to get this straight. One of the first things I told Miss Christine Wells in the first phone call that ever occurred with anything to do with Nolan Wells being gone, because I was the first person to call Miss Christine about anything. First phone call and anything to do with Nolan Wells was me making a phone call to Christine Wells. And one of the first things I said to her, with multiple witnesses here, pull up the phone call if you want. She said, oh, well, Nolan's location is with y'all at, where the house we were at. And I was like, well, no, he left his phone with us. I told
Right. Yeah, we all know that. You told her, go ahead, finish.
Told her this. She knew for a fact that we had his phone. And
right. We all know that. What is he dispelling right now? We all know that you told her that y'all had his phone. We know that your motherfucking ass told her that you had the phone after she told you she was tracking you. And you, sir, just corroborated that story. Thank you for your confirmation. You will have to answer for that potentially on the stand. Yes. Potentially, possibly and remains to be seen, but you may have to answer for this while you fighting for your freedom. We all have been this is what I'm saying. They're talking and answering these questions like they talking to a population of stupid people. We might know this shit better than y'all because y'all making shit up and we following and finding every contradiction at every turn. So we might know this shit better than y'all at this point. Brother, Mr. Warren, sir. You ain't my brother. Mr. Warren, sir. We all know that you told her. I just covered yesterday her saying out of her own mouth that you told her you had the phone. After she told you she was tracking it. If she never told you she was tracking the phone, would you ever have mentioned that y'all have it? It's just a question. We have to take your word for it, right? We have to take your word for it, right, Warren? Interesting.
She knew that I told her, yeah, he left it on the boat with us. Like, a bunch of people did. And so I want to make that very clear that I told Miss Christine there was no reason to hide anything. There was no issue regarding the cell phone. She could have came and picked it up, but instead she sent one of her friends to come pick it up. And that's where these things start to get twisted. But no, there was never an issue with the phone. I told Miss Christine, one of the first things I told her was, we have Nolan's phone, and that's where that ends. There was no issues with the phone or the keys. So I want to make that clear.
So was the keys on the boat with the phone?
No, the keys were
they're at my house.
No. There was an issue. When they came to get the phone, it took 15 minutes to get the phone. Do y'all live in a 50,000 square foot house? Jax, is your house 50,000 square feet? Why does it take you 15 minutes to go grab my phone and bring it back? 15 minutes? And you're saying no issue. No issue. I've been in some big ass houses. I'm talking about big ass houses. Matter of fact, let's go further than that. I worked in a huge corporate building. And from the ground floor up to the office, to my office, to grab something and back down to the ground floor, don't take 15 minutes. Classic. What type of crib you live in where it take you 15 minutes to go grab some shit right quick? I'm only gonna do this once. So I wouldn't use the terminology no issue. And Sister Tashima, I'm sure, is willing to testify that it took 15 minutes. I'm also sure she's willing to testify to the amount of resistance in communication she was receiving, because it was said that one of your boys start popping off at the mouth a little funny. And if you talking crazy, why is that? Why were you talking crazy? You don't like the way motherfuckers pulled up on you? Well, your brother is missing. Shouldn't you have empathy? Shouldn't you have empathy for your missing brother? If somebody who's close with me go missing, and I was last with them, and I got their phone, and people pull up to my house aggressive with high emotions, that's to be expected. My conversation with them as I answered the door with the phone in my hand would be, what can I do to help? What's y'all next move? What y'all finna go do? Oh, we got a boat. We finna go look for him. Can I come? That's what you do when your brother is missing. So again, you will have to answer for this potentially while you fight for your freedom. Classic. Because the truth of what happened to Nolan Wells is what we're seeking for. But the truth seems to be an implication upon some of these gentlemen. Because why do you have 100 lawyers? Shit getting wicked, chat.
Jax's house, because we all stayed there the night before. I'm sure if I would have left my truck at Jax's house, I would have left my keys there too. Because
just one more thing to think about on the boat.
If I don't have my car or my truck, then why would I bring my keys on the boat? So I mean, there's just no point in bringing it, because if I lose them, then just more stuff to bring down.
So I want you guys to explain this phone thing. I think Warren already addressed the fact that he told Christine that he had the phone in his possession. So, the whole Life 360 thing is not adding up as far as what you're saying to me compared to what they're saying. Now, how did
this dude is a hypocrite. Let me just spend 2 seconds on Brandon Tatum. His whole thing is, I'm giving a voice to the side. Nobody reached out to the boys to hear from them at all. but you haven't reached out to Christine and I'm sure that Elmore and Christine are not going to talk to Brandon Tatum, but have you reached out to hear their side? Because you're talking about, you just reference what they're saying. You haven't talked to them, nigga. You haven't talked to them. So you don't know what they're saying. I just covered what they're saying, and what they're saying lines up with what Warren Ash just said. He spoke to Christine, and after she divulged to him that she had a GPS on that phone, that's when he divulged and came clean that they got that motherfucker in possession. And we will never know if he was going to tell her about that phone before she told him that she was tracking it. Because I would think that if my friend is missing in my mind, I'm worried about my missing friend, and I have his phone, I'm leading with that. Hey, Miss Christine, did Nolan show up at home? He didn't. Okay, well, listen, this is the situation. He stayed back on the island with a female. We was having boat issues. In the midst of the boat issues and all that, he told us he wanted to stay back with Shorty and he was going to ride in with somebody else. But because we was in a scramble, this how you make up a good lie. Let me help them lie. This how you make up a good lie. It's too late for you niggas now. But this how the lie should have went if y'all wanted to get away with this shit. This is all alleged, right? This how you go. Miss Christine, yeah. Has Nolan showed up at home? This is the language you have to use. Has Nolan showed up at home? No, he's supposed to be with you. Well, here's the situation. We was having boat issues early on the island, so we had to leave in a hurry. As we was getting ready to leave, we told Nolan, come on, let's go. He said he wanted to stay back with this chick he was talking to. But because we was rushing, none of us thought to give him his phone off the boat, and he never got a chance to get his phone off the boat. So we trying to find who he rode in with, or if he rode in with the girl. We know the girl name, but we don't know her like that. So we trying to get a contact on her. But we have his phone. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. That's why I asked you, did he show up at the crib? Because we don't have no way to call him. We got his phone and we don't know the girl like that. So right now, I'm trying to get a contact on the girl. You know what I'm saying? But this is how it goes when you looking for your friend. That's the language. That's how it's going to go naturally. You don't have to think it through. When you're trying to come up with a lie, you start talking wrong. Naturally, that's how that's going to go. You feel me? So you telling her you got the phone in the first few sentences. Indirectly. Did he show up at the house? I know he didn't call. Nigga ain't got his phone. You see what I'm saying? So off rip, it's all of it is just, it's all bad. That's not the way that interaction went. That's not somebody that's trying to be, that's somebody who trying to get over with some shit. That's not somebody who trying to solve a problem. That's somebody who trying to sell you a story. It's two different types of language. And y'all, the fact that y'all think we can't see through the malarkey, it's insulting. But it's beneficial because it will help. The fact that y'all think that y'all dealing with a bunch of dumb people, it will help to solve the case if there are criminal charges brought about, because we still don't have Nolan's throat structures. Y'all thought we was going to go the whole episode without talking about that? Run the throat structure.
Classic.
Run those.
Whoever came and get the phone, how did they get in touch with you guys, and how did they get the phone back?
So I got a call from a kid we went to high school with. He called me just asking me questions. He saw people posting on Snapchat, like the picture that was circulating. And he called and he was asking questions. He was like, where's Nolan? When's the last time y'all seen him? And then he was like, so where are y'all at? And I told him, I said, we're at Jackson's house. And then Warren got on the phone, and I don't know.
So they come to my house, right? And they kind of
hold on before we get there. Was it confrontational or was it just trying to find? It was confrontational.
Yeah,
already?
wouldn't y'all agree?
Yeah,
So he was 110%.
He was very
confrontational.
And when did this happen? Was this on the night of the 4th or the next day?
This was the night when this was before they came and got the phone.
So this is the night of the 4th, yes.
So you had already spoke to
Come on, everybody talking at once and shit. Get y'all shit straight. Everybody talking at once.
Christine.
Correct.
Yes. And then you get a call.
And Jack's shaking like a stripper. Why is he shaking? This shit getting too tense for Jack. Either he got to pee or there's some shit going on. Why is he shaking?
Right. And they kind of
hold on before we get there. Was it confrontational or
he rubbing his hands, his leg finna start shaking and shit?
Was it just trying to find? It was confrontational.
Yeah,
already?
wouldn't y'all agree?
Yeah.
So he was 110%.
He was very
confrontational.
And when did this happen? Was this on the night of the 4th or the next day?
This was the night when this was before they came and got the phone.
So this is the night of the 4th, yes.
So you had already spoke to Christine.
Correct.
And then you get a call that was hostile.
Yeah, and then Morgan handed the phone over to me. I was like, oh, let me talk to him, because I knew the guy. And I was just like, hey, like, he was like, where y'all at? Where y'all at? I was like, we're at Jackson's house. You know, it's like calm down. And then he hung up on me, and then
okay, so they pull up to my house, and at this point, I'm kind of freaking out. We're all trying to put our heads together on where Nolan is.
There's no freaking out to be done. There's no freaking out to be done. We tracking the phone. It say it's over there. We hitting you up, trying to see where it is. This is what it sound like when black folks got missing black folks that they looking for. And this is why I tell y'all sometimes that I think we are integrated to a fault. Should there be a level of integration in society? Absolutely. But it's gone too fucking far. There's too much bro, this is what it sounds like when black folks looking for missing black folks. Hey, bro, you was with him, right? Hey, wait, you know what's up? No shit. You playing dumb. You got his phone? Yeah, I got his phone. Where you at? That's how it sound, folks. What the fuck do you want it to sound like? Hey, man, I heard you were with Nolan. They're saying that the phone is somewhere near your house. Would you happen to? Man, we're not talking like that looking for our homie in Mississippi. Where y'all at? Are we over there? Yeah, he hung up on you because we sliding. Ain't nothing else to talk about. You at your house? Say less. This shit over with. Hey, bro, where the phone at? Hold on. Ain't no hold on. Just hand over the phone. It shouldn't have took 15 minutes. You're going to have to answer for that. If you got to fight for your freedom, you're going to have to answer for that. Straight like that. Just hand over the phone. We're not coming over here to put our heads together with you motherfuckers. Just hand over the phone. We talk to you and let you know we looking for you. We essentially have let you know that we're coming. Have that phone ready. Have it ready. You should have opened the door, handed the phone off, and that should have been it. And if you had to say anything or whatever needed to be said, you just say what you answer, whatever little questions they got or whatever, and that's it. Regurgitate your story you came up with, and that's it. But the fact that it took 15 minutes, yeah, it's going to be hostile. Yeah, it's going to be some friction. Because what's taking so long? Give us the phone, bruh. And you knew we was coming, so where is it at? Now it's in the truck and shit. Why it's in the truck if you know we looking for it? And y'all looking for Nolan, shouldn't y'all be having his phone? If I got my homie phone and I'm looking for my homie, I'm gonna have my homie phone next to me for if somebody call his phone. He could have called his own phone from Katie's phone. I'm gonna have my homie phone right next to me. None of it makes sense, yo. None of it. 100% of it don't make sense. I can't find nothing about the shit that makes sense that sound like they just didn't do nothing wrong. Them lawyers gonna have to do their job.
Classic.
Let's move. I can't listen to this bullshit too much longer, Chad. I gave y'all as much as I could. Solid hour and some change. Them lawyers gonna have to do their job, chat. Y'all catch this on the rewatch. Let me know what y'all think about the boys. They are spiraling. Let's go. Now let's talk about Nolan's phone and how irrelevant Tracestin may have implicated himself. Yes. The most irrelevant character in this whole saga, the second most irrelevant character in this whole saga is Tracestin, right? The first most irrelevant is the assistant football coach that TMZ interviewed, who wasn't there, who wasn't around, who don't know shit, just got on TMZ for 2 minutes and 58 seconds to say that he know for sure that wasn't Nolan asking for his phone back in that video. That's it. He's the first most irrelevant person, is that black football coach. I don't even know that nigga's name. The second most irrelevant person in this whole thing is Tracestin. And Tracestin's irrelevant clout chasing ass may have very well, potentially, should there be a criminal case, have implicated himself, and he gonna end up having to fight for his freedom if it goes that way. Tracestin, if you're watching, you're pretty stupid, brother. You are pretty dumb. Let's go to this video. Because you have to remember, there's one thing I've been pondering on this real heavy, chat. I've been pondering on it real heavy. And there's two things that I noticed. Two things in this case since they have come out that the side of the quote unquote defense, they're not under any charges right now, but the potential defense side have tried to aggressively dispel. There's three things really, but two major things. The first thing that came out that they worked hard to debunk was the June 27th pool party idea, right? We know now that there was a pool party on July 4th. It's just not the one from the photo, but that there was a pool party. So that's not to be thrown away. But those aren't the two things I want to talk about. The first thing I want to talk about is this audio that came out where we heard, "Give me back my effing phone." Let's start there.
Now, it's my understanding, Dave Mack, that sound we just played is real sound. That is not doctored sound, but someone else claims that's them saying, "Give me my phone back." That is not Nolan Wells. Explain.
Well, Nancy, what we have is some friends that were also out on the boat trip out to Horn Island that were with Nolan Wells and were friends with Nolan Wells. Claim that was him, that he was the one that was saying, "Give me my phone back," that it wasn't Nolan Wells. So we've got an identification from the person who says, "I was the one saying that. It wasn't Nolan Wells." And when you listen to the audio, Nancy, it does seem like it is not Nolan Wells saying, "Give me my phone back." It sounds like the guy claiming it.
Guys, a lot of confusion surrounding the audio that has been released by the Mississippi Department of Marine Resources. This, as we are also learning about an offer made by the United Cajun Navy to...
That's off subject. Let's talk about what I want to talk about. That audio from the background of that video of someone saying, "Give me my effing phone back." That and the CETO phone call are the two things that they have been the most aggressive trying to debunk. When that audio came out, damn near the next day, Javon was on TMZ the first time saying that seemed more like one of his other friends. Damn near the next day or a couple days later, Tracestin shows his irrelevant face for the first time, saying, "That was me. It was me. That was me." Then the irrelevant football coach pops out, who knows nothing about anything at all. TMZ talked to him for 2 minutes and 58 seconds. That's how relevant this man is not. Just to hear him say, "I knew off the rip when I heard that audio that wasn't Nolan in the background asking for his phone." They tried desperately to debunk the fact that may, or to debunk the idea that may have been Nolan, in fact, asking for his phone. Tracestin also is the one who sat down with Officer Tatum and said these words: "Ocean Springs is going to look out for Ocean Springs. We're going to have each other's back." It is very possible, and I'm not saying that I'm not accusing, this isn't an assertion of wrongdoing, but it is very possible that this dumbass boy Tracestin, stupid ass boy Tracestin, may not have touched Nolan, done nothing to anybody, but in an attempt to potentially try to help with a cover-up, has implicated himself in a fucking crime. This man, Tracestin, may be the biggest butt of the joke out of everybody, possibly. Because if it's found, because guess what? Attorney Benjamin Crump works for Elmore and Christine. And according to what Benjamin Crump said when he came out, they believe that was Nolan's voice in that video. And I'm going to trust the word of Elmore and Christine far more than I'm going to trust somebody who could have simply been paid or threatened to lie. They have the best interest of their child and the truth about what happened to their child in mind. You could simply be greasing your pockets and looking out for your actual friends. So if it is found that this is a criminal case and this starts to be investigated deeply, this video with the "Give me back my effing phone" audio in the background, this will be looked at again. but a lot more closely. And if it is proven some way, somehow, or verified some way, somehow, that that was Nolan, Tracestin has completed the process of implicating himself in a cover-up. If this ain't, he's out of all the people involved, this got to be the dumbest one, chat. What the fuck are you doing? Bruh, if you don't stay away from this, listen, clout chasing gone wrong. If that was a person, bruh, if this go criminal, and only this one detail. If this goes criminal and we find out that that was Nolan fighting for his phone back some way, somehow, if another video angle comes out that shows that it was Nolan, if another witness comes out that says they saw Nolan fighting for his phone, anything like that, and Tracestin has implicated himself, chat. We know that Nolan's phone is crucial. I'm going to tell you why we know that Nolan's phone is crucial. Mississippi didn't provide those throat structures for a reason. Whatever said reason or reasons is, that's up to them. But they didn't provide that throat structure for a reason. They didn't provide all of the contents of the stomach for a reason. And whatever pieces of the lungs couldn't be properly examined due to what wasn't provided, that wasn't there for a reason. The redness on the back of Nolan's head in the initial autopsy performed by Mississippi wasn't in the notes given over to pathologist Mitchell for a reason. All of these things have been done for a reason, right? They've sealed this and decided to take it to a grand jury without talking to the public or giving this information out at all for a reason. All of this is for a reason. If his autopsy simply proved that he accidentally drowned, this would have been released to the public a significant amount of time ago. Okay? Nolan's phone is the smoking gun left. You've got the CETO call. You've got the remaining body parts of the autopsy to be completed by the independent autopsy pathologist Mitchell. He needs to get his hands on the things he needs to get his hands on to actually complete his autopsy. And then you have the CETO phone call. All three of those things working together, I believe, brings an indictment. And I have a good reason to believe that. But Nolan's phone could have a lot of people sitting in jail for a little while. Pay attention to the fact that after the independent autopsy dropped, the inconclusive results, mixed and combined with the CETO phone call, all of a sudden, Mississippi wants to go through Nolan's phone on their own after agreeing on July 15th that they would do it together. What changed? Why now do you want access to that phone without any representation of Christine and Elmore present? What changed? Why do you want them to simply just hand that device over? What changed? Because the agreement has been made and it's been written. What changed? So the fact that Attorney Benjamin Crump has advised them not to hand that phone over and to stick with the original agreement, that will be the straw, in my opinion, that is going to break the camel's back. Let me know what y'all think about Nolan's phone. Let me know what y'all think about irrelevant Tracestin implicating himself potentially, right? If this perhaps proceeds a certain way, he may have potentially implicated himself. Let me know what y'all think on the rewatch. Let's move. The final piece we have to get to today. Shout out to the dog Trent Out Loud. We about to tap in with Trent because there's good news. Good news, but I will have to follow up with a little bit of sweet and sour. All right, chat. Good news, though. Let's slide over to Trent Out Loud. Shout out to Trent doing amazing coverage, trying to bring fact-based information and the best updates available as far as we know. So let's go to Trent. He's going to tell us some great news in regards to progress.
It's safe to assume that the DA now is investigating a crime and not a drowning. correct? Because they want the phone in 48 hours. Shout out to Christine and Ben for not handing it over and not giving them the phone and demanding they stick to the agreement to duly forensic investigation. Also, I have it on good information that the DA is preparing to go to the grand jury in the next 30 to 60 days. Now, think about something. They found Nolan's body July the 6th. They've been investigating since July the 7th. Remember the 6th, it was like, oh, no evidence of foul play. But now it went national. They started investigating. So they've been investigating since July the 7th. Now, today was August the 17th. Add 60 more days. We're going on to like 90, 100 days. If this was just a drowning, do you need 90 days to investigate?
No. Great question, Trent. The answer is no. Cook.
And then now you add on to the stuff, hey, we need the phone in 48 hours. But hold on, there's more. Let me cook. The autopsy was completed close to 2.5 weeks now, if not 3. And the toxicology. When they say the autopsy has been 100% complete, that means toxicology. That means that part is done.
Classic.
If Nolan Wells just drowned and there was no foul play, they would have gone to the grand jury already.
Fact or fiction, chat? If they had proof and in unequivocal, undeniable evidence that there was no foul play via toxicology, via autopsy, they probably wouldn't even need the phone. They wouldn't even need to look at the phone. If that autopsy was clear evidence of an accidental drowning, they wouldn't even ask for the phone. This should have just be over with. Let's go, Trent.
It doesn't take that long to convene them. Certainly not another 60 days, certainly not 100 days. So keep in mind also, too, that the autopsy, toxicology is complete, but they still need 60 days. Now, here is where you're going to have to put your thinking caps on and read between the lines. If y'all been following this from the beginning, from around July the 7th, July the 8th, former Officer Tatum and people on the other side have been alluding to the fact that it was just a drowning, nothing happened. And then around 2 weeks ago, they started changing their narrative saying, we think that something may have happened, but it's just not our boys. Morgan, Jax, Warren. That's when you saw the father coming in, Benjamin Hudson. He's putting up the the $50,000.
Man, listen, I just dropped the video last night. Shout out to everybody that already watched it in the chat. Called "The Boys Are Turning on Each Other," and this speaks to what I'm talking about. There's division happening. There's dry snitching happening. There's getting out in front of certain things happening. The writing is on the wall, chat. Let's go.
For reward, he's threatening to sue Benjamin Crump and Al Sharpton. It was like, yeah, maybe something happened, but it's not our boys. Okay. Why do you think now that the boys are doing so many interviews that are going viral? The lawyers are doing so many interviews that are going viral. We tried our best to not platform them, but we had no choice. It worked. But think about something. It's 2026. Mississippi. If this goes to trial, which if you put 2 and 2 together, the phone, the autopsy, the 100 days, grand jury, we might have a trial. Who is going to be the jury in that trial? The Americans, the Mississippi people. So perhaps, maybe, allegedly, these boys might be out there on social media to try to paint a narrative for, I don't know, maybe potential jurors.
I said that. I said the longer this takes to go criminal, the more they can try to sway public opinion to sway a potential jury pool. Because in Mississippi, you're either going to have jurors that get selected that are watching me, that are watching Trent right here, that are watching, who else? There's a lot of people covering it. Lakeisha Keisha, you're going to have a jury, some people picked out of the jury that's been watching that, or you're going to have people from the jury that's been watching Officer Tatum. That's been watching, you know what I'm saying? Another channel that come to mind that I ain't going to say. But like so they're trying, right now is the time before it becomes criminal, while we still can talk freely, to try to see if the good old boys and all of that we can put on our side. It's tough, man.
Maybe they're trying to do something that rhymes with paint. If you get
taint
what I'm saying. You see where I'm going with this? If you didn't watch yesterday's video, make sure you click it and just look at what I put on the thumbnail. Look at what the top word is. Cover up. So maybe this might not be a drowning, but maybe they might be trying to allegedly maybe point the finger in somebody else's direction. I don't know.
We gonna leave it right there, Trent. I don't want you to have no smoke, big dog. I don't want you to catch no smoke, big dog. You know they watching. But yeah, no, for real. So that's the good news. All right, chat. The good news is there is a high chance, or at least based on what we can see, what we know, what we feel, what we've covered, what we've unveiled, there is a good chance that this looks like it's going to head to some level of a criminal investigation upon the grand jury getting the information that has been made available. And remember that Benjamin Crump and his investigation team are presenting their information to the grand jury as well, not just Mississippi. Here's the only thing I want to point out, and I don't want to be a downer, but this is important. When Emmett Till happened, once they found Emmett's body, those gentlemen were indicted and arrested and exonerated and acquitted within a 23-day window. Listen to me again. In Mississippi, once Emmett Till was found, once they pulled his body out of the what was it, the Tallahatchie or whatever, where did they pull him out of? Once they pulled him out, those men were indicted and arrested due to a grand jury. A grand jury indicted them. They were indicted, arrested, tried, and acquitted within 23 days. So what I'm saying is not to get too excited, understanding the direction that it's heading in. Because as much as we want the truth is going to come with an exemplary amount of legal pressure. And I mean the whole truth. If we want to find out exactly what happened to Nolan, it is going to take for somebody to tell the details. And the only way they're going to tell the details is if their life, not their pulse, but their freedom, their life is literally in the balance. That's just the long and the short of it. The first one to squeal gets the best deal. Once them criminal charges come about and it start looking like, hey, we got reason to believe that you facing murder charges, you facing accessory charges, you facing accomplice charges, you facing, you facing, you know what I'm saying? Once everybody start looking at what they looking at, niggas gonna start making real quick life decisions. They're gonna start making life decisions. So we have to make sure that even though it's looking like it may turn into a criminal investigation, we've seen worse people walk for crimes. And so if there was a crime committed, it's going to take even more of an effort to see through the process of them getting proper sentencing and true punishment for what may have potentially been done to Nolan Xavier Wells. Classic. And so I guess it's not bad news, but I'm reminding you guys that an indictment from the grand jury only means that the fight is beginning.
I'm only gonna do this once.
And I want y'all to understand that because it's very important to do so. The fight is only beginning at that point. The truth isn't just enough, because if the truth implicates people in a crime being held accountable for dead black people, that's got to become a thing. So if anybody did anything to Nolan, and if anybody helped or were complicit in the covering up of something that happened to Nolan, all of you will have to fight for your freedom. Them lawyers gonna have to do their job. And that's just how that's going. That's just how that's going. So y'all let me know. That's the final segment on that. I just wanted to remind y'all of Emmett Till, remind y'all of history. I feel like I've been doing a reasonable job of bringing history into these conversations because it's important. It matters. A lot of court and even the way people defend or go on offense in court has to do with previous cases that have been tried. History in this country matters. You know, an accurate history matters the most. So this is something that we have to keep at the forefront. Don't get too excited when you hear in 30 to 60 days when they go to the grand jury, this is now a murder investigation. Everybody celebrating like it's a win. Who did it? How? When? Where? Who got blood on their hands? Yeah. That's what it becomes at that point. When I said foot, pawn, neck, I meant all the way on that motherfucker. And then twist like you trying to put a cigarette out. That's what I meant. Foot, pawn, neck. Mary J said, thank you. This was a good chat. You are so cool. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Candy Girl Pink said, oh, well, you can't do the time. Don't do the crime. Facts. Taco said, hey, man, didn't nobody make them people do all that? Right. Lady said, and that's how it's going in many cities across America. Yep. Pray for Nolan team. First class ticket to hell. Yeah. That's what it is if they done something. So, man, y'all tap in on the rewatch for everybody that catch this segment and let me know where y'all at with it in regards to the information that Trent Out Loud provided to us. And the fact that it's looking more like this will be a criminal investigation going forward after the grand jury gets all of the information and evidence, because we keep saying evidence isn't evidence, but this stuff is going to be presented to the grand jury as evidence. People keep saying, well, that's not evidence and that's not proof and that's not evidence and there's really no evidence. Well, all of the non-evidence is about to get presented to the grand jury, and it's looking like these people are of the understanding that they're about to gear up to have to fight for their freedom. That's why everybody getting extra lawyers that got lawyers who got lawyers. You know what I'm saying? So they're not doing that shit for nothing. And so once the evidence shows evidence that there was a problem, somebody gonna have to start talking or everybody ass going to jail. You see what I'm saying? Either somebody gonna tell or they all gonna sit. We can get a cell block for the whole clique. Get y'all set up. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, let's move. All right, chat. Let's get into some music, man. We had a lot of jewels, a lot of coins, a lot of super chats, a lot of love came through here. Everybody that's ready to catch that bop, man. Throw some song titles out there. I know y'all got y'all favorites. So I'll get those in the mix. But let's start off with some. Let's listen to some shit talking, man. Let's go.
Yeah. This talk for big dogs only. I'm the nice guy. Ha ha. If you don't wanna have no friends, tell the truth all the time. Classic. Yeah. 7.39 acres, that's a good start. My life is a movie, this the good part. When you look this good, there ain't no bad days. It come with some love and a lot of shade. I've been tanning on beaches, there ain't a lot of shade. Your job got you working on the holidays. Nothing wrong with a job, but you ain't got a slave. Some things are worth more than your hour wage. When you feeling this good, you can talk big. I'm Mr. Goddamn, look who just walked in. If I'm on the menu, I'm under the sauce. If I'm in the meeting, I'm one of the bosses. Uncontrolled environment, I swim with the sharks. I find it disrespectful when you question my heart. And water so deep, you look down, it's just dark. If I ain't keep my cool, they could've tore me apart. For real. You can tell when the description vivid that I ain't imaginating, that I really lived it. Part of making pure artists when you really lived it. Can't speak on these islands unless I really visit. Y'all be Googling bars. My flow really a movie, I be Huluing bars. Self-incrimination, what you do in your bars. I'm on motivation, I just shoot for the stars. Yeah, my flow a luxury car. My woman carry cash, she be stuffing her bra. You forgot to get some pasta when you got all that sauce. I was born with the swag, yours came with a cost. Yeah, I sacrificed a lot just to call, my boy. The true definition of giving it all, my boy. When I get to the top, I'll never fall, my boy. Yeah, I'm chocolate going nuts, it's a almond joy. I'm black as hell, but I still be tanning. I'm tropical, y'all still doing Miami. I've been to Honduras more times than Atlanta. Me and Manu's out there teaching me Spanish. I took my music to these countries, it ain't take me there. If I waited for a call, I'd still be waiting there. As a shorty out west, ain't think I make it there. Now I'm so acquainted, I can shop for places there. Ha ha, beat the odds and do numbers. I'ma have a mansion in like 2 summers. I'ma pull up in the brook in a new something. I'ma pull up in the city in a new something. With my own damn music bumping. We valet, pull up front, they don't move it nowhere. I'm getting paid to be present, I ain't choose to go there. We take the money from the club and pay the studio fare. Cause I'm 24/7. About to monetize my blessing. You rather have the money than the leverage. I find a lot of money in the leverage.
I seen people be so fickle, nothing surprised me. Double-edged sword though, cause it'll have you looking at everybody sideways. Shit. Look around, don't know who to trust. Nah, for real. Lately I've been paranoid, I gotta chill. Ask me how I feel, think I'ma tell you not for real. But I grind like I'm still unfulfilled. Ain't satisfied till I touch a certain M's. Can't say the number, they applied against my plans. I'm turning up, dog, this one for the gym. Come to these bars, I only play above the rim. Boy, I'm Thomas Shepherd, long sleeve with the corduroys. Really came to get buckets. Purnell with the defense, too slick, you can't touch me. Bud Crawford on offense. I'm unassuming, but I'm really punching. Underrated, I'm starting to love it. Stacking days, I'm stacking the budget. When I win, ain't none of it lucky. Tapped in, I got it from nothing. Stay ready, preheated the oven, just did a theater. I'm still in recovery. Therapy team, they really love me. They'd kill me if they knew I was jumping. High speed chase, I had to punch it in front of thousands. I started with hundreds. Don't really see no competition, this look like a luncheon. Suggest you let me mind my business, catch you if you lunching. They love you all these years, but at the end you wasn't nothing. Look around, don't know who to trust. Not for real. Lately I've been paranoid, I gotta chill. Ask me how I feel, think I'ma tell you not for real. But I grind like I'm still unfulfilled. Present with poise, but I really got no chill. Far as blood, it ain't too thick to get spilled. They think I'm too cool to click, not for real. God ain't done with me yet, dog, I gotta heal. Hold on, so this say, these are different times. All white folks in the state of Mississippi are not racist, and some of them were not racist back then. Some chose not to speak up because of the power of Mississippi. Yeah, I mean, that's a known fact. I don't think there's ever been a time where all white people were racist. The only issue is that being quiet makes you racist. You have to understand, as a white American person, regardless of whether or not you feel racism in your heart, you are a direct beneficiary of the racist construct. Whether you want to be or not, it's involuntary. When the police pull over somebody who got some white skin, they'll be treated differently than my black ass. 9 out of 10 times. Somebody will come up with some bullshit numbers to dispel what I just said. Somebody will come back with some bullshit rhetoric to dispel what I just said. But if you've been black your whole life, you know I'm telling the truth. I've had biracial friends, and I've had to see us get pulled over together, and I've noticed the difference between the way the police are dealing with them and even just talking to them than the way they're talking to me. Because my biracial friends, they become very white when the police show up. Very Caucasian. And it's, you know why they do that? You know why they click over to mommy's side or daddy's side, whichever side is the white side? You know why? Because they know it will benefit them in this interaction. It's understood in all of our minds. It's just some of us play naive, some of us play dumb. So again, if you're Caucasian and you're not racist, but you're also quiet, you're racist. We don't get a choice of whether or not we gonna live and die about this shit. This shit could just go left for us, just for simply looking how we look. So if you don't use your white privilege to try to bring about the equality that you think that we all deserve and shit like that, you're complicit. And me personally, I'm not looking for for help from any particular, you know, party of people or nothing like that. I'm just saying it's the plight of the white person who has a soul. I understand it. It also is what it is. I appreciate the comment for sure. Let's work.
I ain't no run of the mill. Had to surround myself with steel. Yeah, I've been sharper than steel. Hard to feel hard feelings at all when I can hardly feel. Hard as hell counting losses till you count the wins. If I could take the pain all over, swear I'd do it again. The way them hard times unlock me, little different, twin. If you don't understand my plight, then we just different men. If you can't understand my fight, then we got different hands. Yeah, different song. I'm talking about different dance. I'm talking about different tribe. I'm talking about different clan. Boy, I'm sticking to the coats to the bitter end. I'ma live and die by it till I'm ashes in a can. Look around, don't know who to trust. Not for real. Lately I've been paranoid. I gotta tell. Ask me how I feel, think I'ma tell you not for real. But I grind like I'm still unfulfilled. Yeah. Classic. I'm only gonna do this once. Bad energy, keep it far away from me. Don't do no tossing and turning. I go to grind when I can't sleep, accepting the crumbs no more. Remember the times when I couldn't eat. Heart racing, remember the times when I couldn't breathe. Been a minute, know they want me to talk. Took a minute, had to learn how to walk. Greece trip, I was walking it off. Mediterranean, swimming in salt. 3 yachts, cause I opened the vault. Meatloaf, put the island on pause. Mountaintop, fireworks going off. Yes, abundantly blessed. Still working like I'm under duress. Still can talk like I sit at that desk. I overwhelmed, you under-impressed. If I gotta slide, I'm making a mess. That's why I pray for respect. I'd rather be labeled a threat than somebody you can play to the left. On a mission to win, I had a couple of friends that I had to lose. Some of the lines are thin, they come to picking a side, you gotta choose. Breaking your stride, I bustin' a move. Slanted they try, I'm sucking my tooth. Calling my ops and making a truce, they had to go, I gave them the boot. Ain't wishing you well, I can't even root. Ain't wishing you hell or hoping you lose. Ain't wishing you nothing or speaking your name at all. But you cannot tell the same truth. Them people was feeling like dragging my name through the mud, and them people came to you. There was a different type of pain from you. Out of all the people you should've knew. Bad energy, keep it far away from me. Don't do no tossing and turning. I go to grind when I can't sleep, accepting the crumbs no more. Remember the times when I couldn't eat. Heart racing, remember the times when I couldn't play in your face. Feelings change, they stay in your face. Why? Play with your name, trying to play the blame game. I don't wanna play. Feeling some type of way. What you want me to say? You could be on your way. I ain't lost nothing that was supposed to stay. Pray to God, but it shake their weight. On a new mission, had to pivot. I've been moving different. Yeah, I must admit it. Clearer vision, moving with persistence. Gotta be consistent. No time for tripping, clock is ticking. Gotta go and get it. Ain't got no time to sit around and worry about your feelings. I gotta go, I'm CEO. I gotta handle business. No, I ain't paying for no nails. My plate's 850. I got some things I'm trying to scale and you ain't coming with me. How you take it from me? Why you claim you running with me? You can't be done with me and acting funny with me. You can't be talking about me while claiming you keep it 100 with me. Let me help you out from here on out. You ain't nothing with me, but I suggest you watch your mouth before this gets bad energy. Keep it far away from me. Don't do no tossing and turning. I go to grinding when I can't sleep, accepting the crumbs no more. Remember the times when I couldn't eat. Heart racing. Remember the times when I couldn't breathe.
Hold on, it's a comment I wanted to say something about. I appreciate this. Hold on, let me find it. There's so many comments, chat. I appreciate y'all, man. Y'all be kicking in here. So Holden, what up? From South Carolina, he said, I'm mixed, but because my skin was darker than most biracial kids, I got treated like I was fully black. But I do see other biracial kids jump to their white side and be like, I'm white. I never was like that. Yeah, see, I appreciate you sharing that, because the truth is that it happens, right? You didn't do it. That's what I love, when people know that they don't fit into what I'm talking about, but because they don't fit into what I'm talking about, they don't act like it don't exist. Well, I'm not like that. I ain't talking about you then, but it's a real thing. And I'm gonna be real with you. Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you play to your strengths? If I was super light skinned and had a loose curly hair to where I could pass for Caucasian in a certain situation, and I'm dealing with the police, Jiminy Crickets. Why wouldn't I finesse to get out the jam? Jiminy Crickets. Gee golly, I didn't know you guys were sitting right there. I was going a little fast, wasn't I, officer? Gosh darn it. Here's my license. Here's my license. Hey, listen, and whichever one of my parents white, I'm gonna have a picture on the dashboard. Yeah, that's my mom right there. Yeah, fuck is you talking about? But let's finesse that white skin and get out that jam. I'm taking my white mama with me to the bank to get this business loan. Yeah, you gonna finesse it. I ain't even mad at you. Finesse it. Why wouldn't you? But if you stay quiet when some shit going left that got to do with black folks, if you stay quiet, even if you black, if you stay quiet, you racist.
Classic.
Let's do something else.
Why you ain't say nothing? I'm only gonna do this once. You always knew I'd make it in the beginning. Why you ain't say nothing? You believed in me the whole time for real? Yeah. I couldn't tell. You was around me from the beginning. Why you ain't say nothing? Why you ain't say nothing? Seen them hard times couldn't kill me. Why you ain't say nothing? Why you ain't say nothing? Stages on moon getting bigger. Now you wanna say something. Been watching my story all winter. Why you ain't say nothing? Why you ain't say nothing? Why you ain't say nothing? Why you ain't call? Why you ain't say nothing? Why you ain't say nothing? Why you ain't? You was around me from the beginning. Why you ain't say nothing? Why you ain't? Stages I'm on getting bigger. Now you wanna say something? Put that on my soul. Oh no, they ain't hungry no more when it's time to eat crow or farming.
I promise y'all I'm gonna start it from the top. I promise y'all. 85 Qual said, what does that mean? Play the white side. So it mean this, right? I've had biracial friends over the years or whatever. And when you see them, shit, it's what up, Joe? What up with it, folks? You know, police pull us over. How can I help you, sir? That's jumping to the white side. That what some people call code switching. You can't call it code switching for a biracial person. Both of them in there. Both of them are in there. It's not code switching. They using one or the other. They grew up around both. They know what corn casserole is, and they know what the peach cobbler hitting for. They know both. So they just hit the little switch real quick because it's gonna benefit them in the moment. Oh, that's law enforcement. Let me Jiminy Crickets. Yeah, as soon as the police pull off on my mama, motherfuckers be tweaking, Joe. They right back black. We seen it before. And you can't, if you got the luxury skin, like if you hyper light skin and you got I call it luxury skin because you could be whatever you want to be and shit. You could talk how you normally talk so motherfuckers know you acclimated to the black side, or you switch up your tone a little bit and based on your skin color, motherfuckers might not even know if you black at all. There's some people who look ethnically ambiguous. You have to ask them, what are they? And I mean, I guess there's a better way to word that question, but you have to ask them. You can't tell. Like, are you Asian? You black? You white? Like what? Like what's to you? What's your ethnicity? You know what I'm saying? And they have to tell you. You know what I mean? So yeah, I've seen people jump over to the white side. That's what that means. I just wanted to spell that out. We're gonna play Say Nothing from the top. Let's go.
Why you ain't say nothing? I'm only gonna do this once. You always knew I'd make it in the beginning. Why you ain't say nothing? You believed in me the whole time for real? Yeah. I couldn't tell. You was around me from the beginning. Why you ain't say nothing? Why you ain't say nothing? Seen them hard times couldn't kill me. Why you ain't say nothing? Why you ain't say nothing? Stages on moon getting bigger. Now you wanna say something? Been watching my story all winter. Why you ain't say nothing? Why you ain't say nothing? Why you ain't say nothing? Why you ain't call? Why you ain't say nothing? Why you ain't say nothing? Why you ain't? You was around me from the beginning. Why you ain't say nothing? Why you ain't? Stages I'm on getting bigger. Now you wanna say something? Put that on my soul. Oh no. They ain't hungry no more when it's time to eat crow or farming. I'm enhancing my glow. Ain't gonna argue with you about what I know. Photo album, all I'm seeing is ghosts. Had to remodel from pillar to post. Said what I said, I ain't come here to argue. You said congratulations, should've said sorry. Doubt it, now you won't be part of the party. Your access denied, I'm sorry, not sorry. When I needed air, niggas wouldn't afford it. Now they pulling up and thinking we solid. Now I'm on the phone talking $1 million topics. Up early, Zoom call out to Abu Dhabi. Don't answer my phone if it's gonna be about gossip. I don't really care, everybody got problems. That's why I be sharing my woes, letting y'all know it's okay, you can come up from the bottom. Whoa. Scraping, scratching, clawing. Before I start running, I started with crawling. Before I got balance, I started with falling. Started with broke before I ever was balling. Started with hope before ever rewarded. They ain't show up till I became important. You was around me from the beginning. Why you ain't say nothing? Why you ain't say nothing, man? Seen them hard times couldn't kill me. Why you ain't say nothing? Why you ain't say nothing? Stages I'm on getting bigger. Now you wanna say something? Been watching my story all winter. Why you ain't say nothing? Why you ain't say nothing? Why you ain't say nothing? Why you ain't call? Why you ain't say nothing? Why you ain't? Why you ain't say nothing? Why you ain't say nothing? You was around me from the beginning. Why you ain't say nothing? Why you ain't? Stages something on getting bigger. Now you wanna say something. Man, they are lay in the cut, stay in the cut. Watch you blow up and won't show you no love. People I got the most hate from in life at one point or another, I thought we was bruh. One point or another, I thought it was love. One point or another, greet them with a hug. Now if I see them, greeting them with gloves. 16s, ain't no need to warm up. Let's get it. I got respect for myself, you gon' have respect for me or respect for that belt. Suggest you leave me alone, if you start up with me, I'ma take you through hell. Don't want no smoke, but if you want some smoke and you bring me some smoke, I'ma take an inhale. Don't do no running, I'm done with the talking, let's get in deep waters, I'm taking them 12. Why you ain't say nothing? Oh, now you wanna say something. Why you ain't say nothing? Now you wanna say something.
Appreciate it, Fresh. Appreciate it, Michael. Appreciate it, DG. Appreciate it, Taco. Appreciate y'all. Hey, but no, it's one dude. What this person just said? They announced they exit. Somebody in the chat said, "Bye." I'm glad my chat know. Look, they said it for me. Bye. Yeah, I'm glad my chat know, folks. We ain't begging you to be here, folks. BJ Allen said, "Wow, racist. I subscribed because I thought you were unbiased in your views." Oh shit, you ain't watch my shit. I'm pro-black. I'm not biased at all. I'm very objective. But I also embrace reality. Like, race is a construct that has been put in place and it's already over with. Like, y'all have to realize when something is over with. Sometimes we don't embrace some, like the race construct. That's the next time race is not a thing, it'll be after another great reset. You know how Earth resets itself every once in a while? After another great reset, after it's done looking like the Book of Eli outside and like structure and civilization is starting to come back again, that's when you'll get to start over without like race being a part of the construct. But this current construct we live under, this current go round in human civilization before, whatever catastrophe is going to cause what I'm calling the Great Reset, until that comes, race is a thing. It's already over with. We already understand that it's not real. We already understand that it's a construct, but it's already marinated. It's already soaked in. You are not going to deconstruct racism or race, period. You're not going to deconstruct the conversation. You're just not. It's already a wrap. So instead of trying to do the impossible, right, you understand what you're dealing with and you make your adjustments accordingly. That's all you can really do. There's no way that you're going to ruin the lineages of all the hundreds of thousands of bigots that are breeding bigots by the year. Like, they're still going to exist. Do they become more of a reduced fractional margin of people over time? We would pray that that's the case. We would pray that it gets to a point where bigotry and overt racism is something that is so small of the population of people that those folks are damn near outcast from society. We would pray that we get to that place. But in reality, the conversation of race, the stereotypes that are associated with it, police being the evolution of the runaway slave catcher, all of these things are the truth. If you don't deal in the truths, you are dealing in delusion. And normally, if you walk around in life dealing in delusion, it hurts really, really bad when reality hits you. So if you got to leave the channel, get the fuck on. But I'm just simply saying, like, yeah, to think that race isn't a conversation you should have, you're outside your rabbit ass mind. Like, my channel is not to make people comfortable every day. And I say this too, chat. If y'all got to agree with me every day, you ain't going to be here long. I talk about relationships. I talk about love, romance. I have eclectic views. I'm sure y'all have eclectic views. We're here to bounce perspectives off of each other. If you have to agree with all my stances, you could unsubscribe now. You're not going to agree with everything I say. I don't agree with everything my mama has said. I don't agree with everything my father has said. We're not here for that. We're adults, right? So we not doing that. Go ahead, brother. Make your exit swift and hasty. Get the fuck on. You know what I'm saying? Like, we not doing that. You know what I'm saying? DG said truth. Yeah. Dami said, I was hoping I would be alive when that happens. Are you talking about the Great Reset? A lot of people scared to be alive. What they call that in the Bible, the rapture, essentially, is what we talking about, where it's going to look a little rough outside. The grid is down. You're having to figure out how to grow your food, how to survive again. You're having to figure out how to communicate with animals again, because everything that's big and that could kill you, it's loose. There's no zoos. Like, yeah, the Great Reset, it look a little nasty. It looks primitive. A lot of people don't want to be around for that. Me personally, I'm cool with it. I told y'all, I'm perfectly fine in a world where everything is even. It's even. The leopards ain't locked up. The lions ain't locked up. I'm free. Everything is lawless, and we all just working on survival. Naturally, order gets stored. It happens on its own. People band together. People operate out of love and necessity and care and principle. It happens on its own. When you put people back in a natural, primitive state, and survival is at the root of everything, you're going to have good and evil no matter what. But more people will operate inside of things that matter and outside of construct. Right now, most people operate inside of construct, social construct, mental construct, propaganda. That's what most people operate inside of. Most people are half cyborg. You have your human side and then your program side. And most people operate off of the programming. The people who operate off of consciousness, we're the woke people. So we already know we're not going to be for everybody. You know what I'm saying? That's just how it go. Cian said, elevate your mind. Say, you already know it. Dom laughing. Modine said, Lord of the Flies. Taco said, I might go fishing. He said, for real, they stuck in the matrix. Absolutely. Majority of people. That's just how it's going. Rashad said 100. And that's how, you know what I mean? I never get worried when somebody be like, oh, I was here, now I'm leaving. Like, okay, this shit ain't for everybody. I know I ain't for everybody, chat. Hey, 333 if you know you ain't for everybody. My chat full of people that ain't for everybody. We are the clique of people who ain't for everybody.
Classic.
Straight up. And I'm paranoid. Hey, listen, it is what it is. It is what it is. That's why we relate. Oh, I like this nigga. He not for everybody. Yeah. Yeah, T. Yeah, let's go.
It's a different energy when I'm in H-Town, Houston, Texas, right? Man, let's go.
I'm just trying to tell my truth and make some millions listen to it. All the faith come from all the work, and yeah, I'm getting to it. A lot of DJs said they play my tracks and then they didn't do it. Homies said they had my back and then they didn't do it. I'm just trying to tell my truth and make some millions listen to it. All the faith come from all the work, and yeah, I'm getting to it. A lot of DJs said they play my tracks and then they didn't do it. Homies said they had my back and then they didn't do it. Homies said they had my back and then they didn't do it. What's the point of having the same script if we ain't sticking to it? Never seen a baddie that I want and I ain't kicking to her. She lying if she saying that I didn't do it. It be ops all in the space, act like they friends to us. Snip out a snake, I see a snake, I snake skin boot him. He ain't really want the hands when we was into it. She called her kin, I wouldn't do that, all my friends stupid. They didn't do it, no they didn't do it. They don't keep their word, they tell you send it and don't listen to it. Lie and tell you they gon' blend you with the mix into it. When you approach them, got excuses why they didn't do it. I'm just trying to tell my truth and make some millions listen to it. All the faith come from all the work, and yeah, I'm getting to it. A lot of DJs said they play my tracks and then they didn't do it. Homies said they had my back and then they didn't do it. I'm just trying to tell my truth and make some millions listen to it. All the faith come from all the work, and yeah, I'm getting to it. A lot of DJs said they play my tracks and then they didn't do it. Homies said they had my back and then they didn't do it. Yeah, homie had my back, a knife into it.
It involve a woman?
Yeah, he let the light skin do it. Bro, to tell you anything, these goofies buying into it. Don't believe in second chances, so I didn't do it. No, I didn't do it. Manifested what I wanted into, now I'm into it. Until I'm dead, like I said, ain't no end to it. I'm wearing red, gave my blood, sweat, and tears to it. Hold down, toes down, now put 10 to it. Fold now, no sir, I'm out here getting to it. I'ma make them all regret that they didn't do it. When they didn't do it, didn't do it. I'm just trying to tell my truth and make some millions listen to it. All the faith come from all the work, and yeah, I'm getting to it. A lot of DJs said they play my music, then they didn't do it. Homies said they had my back, and they didn't do it.
Are you making another beat, Daddy?
What up, nephew?
And Genius is my dad.
Hey, Lele.
Classic.
Bass. Hard times ain't nothing at all. Really come from a struggle. Move around Michael Buffer. Always ready to rumble. All that mean it's off the muscle. Y'all can't match my hustle. Screen bucket, that's a cuzzo. Bigger key to no muzzle. Lately I'm feeling exhausted. Think I'm tired of being humble. Coach all on the duffel. Chip on my shoulder, you don't wanna ruffle. Where I come from, everybody is cutthroat. Could've been dead, I'm just doing what I'm up for. My old homie jumped off the roof. I tried to shepherd, he was nuts so.
Life.
Win or you lose, you gotta pick it or choose.
Inspired.
Chose to win, now went furs on a cruise. The shortest path always straight. Why you all in your own way? You scream YOLO to be goofy. Instead
instead of using that to be great. You black, you should be proud. When I die, spend my money with the apes. It's gonna be a ton, I'm running up the rate. My name on your tongue, I'm coming up the ranks. Consistency so persistently is the recipe, I cannot lose. My options in life is win, succeed, or win. How can I choose? I'm damned if I do, I'm damned if I don't. So damn it, I think I'ma do. Survived a lot, I could've died a lot, but I'm here, got nothing to prove. Woke up, inspired. Woke up, inspired. Woke up, inspired. Woke up, woke up. Woke up feeling inspired. Treadwheel, low pro tire. Grind like my needs are dire. I grind like my straights are dire. Woke up, woke up, woke up. Woke up. When I start getting awards, know that I deserve it. I ain't getting choked up. Confidence come from preparation. Fundamentals that'll separate us. I document it just so it makes sense when y'all clowns see me elevated. You the type to take the elevator. I take the stairs by the escalator. You proclaim that you work hard. I show and prove that I'm dedicated. Y'all got failure traits. Ain't did nothing trying to celebrate. Why? You procrastinate. I bet tomorrow's your favorite day. In a minute is your favorite time. Just a second is your favorite line. One moment, please. You got a million ideas. All of them on your mind. Ain't nothing getting done. You having fun, no fun. Loaded clip, no gun. You can't fight, you gotta run. Feel convicted, catch the punch. Hard beating, hit the drum. Sometimes you gotta show up. Instead of screaming, here I come. You would spend your last trying to flex. While you squatting, I'ma lunge. I can't fake it till I make it. I'ma make it then stunt. Woke up, inspired. Woke up, inspired. Classic. Inspired. Woke up, inspired. Woke up feeling inspired. Treadwheel, low pro tire. Grind like my needs are dire. I grind like my straights are dire. Woke up, 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 woke up. Woke up feeling inspired. Treadwheel, low pro tire. Grind like my needs are dire. I grind like my straights are dire. Feeling inspired. I'm making a push. Push.
Fuck it, let's let the
I've been
clip
trying to
go,
turn
man.
the corner for a minute.
Nolan Wells, man.
I'm at the intersection. I'm telling you, you gotta turn it on in the playoffs. Yeah. Came in without it, can't leave without it. Tired of being doubted, I'm trying to push. Wasn't getting no attention, worked so hard, they ain't had no choice but to look. 10 years in, still getting warm, built strong, you ain't have what it took. You know if you built for the ride or not. Yeah. They said I wasn't enough, still hear their voices in my head saying that I wasn't good. Now I see them out, look them in their eyes, they looking back and everything understood. Nike Tech, white ones, all win a black diamond watch, they know that I'm good. Classic. I'm about to push like a broom. Boy, it's a sweep like a broom. What's understood gotta be explained when you the smartest person in the room. To my squad, I'm Gary V. B-class, don't phone home to check in, but I inspire like E.T. Yeah, I want it bad as I can breathe. You don't know the half about the team. By accident, got in the league. That's my cuz, all I mean. Automatic from the 3. I'm automatic on the beat. Coach loafers on my feet. White Moscato for the vibe. Incense for the peace. LeBron highlights playing. Then we switch to AD. Now it's greatness on the mic. And it's greatness on the screen. Show price 4K. Yeah, the bar is HD. Can't nothing kill me, I'm Achilles. Damn, I feel like KD. Built a solid foundation. Can't nobody say that they made me. The doormat on the mansion. Gon' say that you thought I was crazy. I'm from the land where they put it on kids, everything God and baby. I'm really confused on how you envy when you choose to settle for slaving. I'm really gon' live like Prince Hakeem and how Ethiopians bathe me. You sit at the crib and plotting, plan on how you gon' make it from lazy. Work smarter, not harder. That's the slogan for the bosses. When they was on the ground level, had to get it from the concrete. Came in without it, can't leave without it. Tired of being doubted, I'm trying to push. Wasn't getting no attention, worked so hard, they ain't had no choice but to look. 10 years in, still getting warm, built strong, you ain't have what it took. You gotta be ready to ride this to the end of you. Let's get it. They said I wasn't enough, still hear their voices in my head saying that I wasn't good. Now I see them out, look them in their eyes, they looking back and everything understood. Nike Tech, white ones, all win a black diamond watch, they know that I'm good. You saying I wasn't stopping, are you surprised?
This Chicago, nigga.
Classic.
I've been trying to find good people for so long.
Push.
I'm tired, bro.
You gotta push.
He's a real dude. Being a real dude or a fake dude or a person, I'm me.
Yes, Lord. All right, y'all. You know my last request always the same. If y'all don't do nothing else for me, make sure you stick to the codes. We got another classic. Yeah.
Why you ain't say nothing? I'm only gonna do this once. You always knew I'd make it. From the beginning, why you ain't say nothing? You believed in me the whole time, for real? Yeah. I couldn't tell. You was around me from the beginning. Why you ain't say nothing? Why you ain't say nothing? Seen them hard times couldn't kill me. Why you ain't say nothing? Why you ain't say nothing? Stages I'm on getting bigger. Now you wanna say something? Been watching my story all winter. Why you ain't say nothing? Why you ain't say nothing? Why you ain't say nothing? Why you ain't call? Why you ain't say nothing? Why you ain't say nothing? You was around me from the beginning. Why you ain't say nothing? Stages I'm on getting bigger. Now you wanna say something? Put that on my soul. They ain't hungry no more when it's time to eat crow. Or farming, I'm enhancing my glow. Ain't gon' argue with you about what I know. Photo album, all I'm seeing is ghosts. Had to remodel from pillar to post. Said what I said, I ain't come here to argue. You said congratulations, should've said sorry. Got it, now you won't be part of the party. Your access denied, I'm sorry, not sorry. When I needed air, niggas wouldn't afford it. Now they pulling up and thinking we solid. Now I'm on the phone talking $1 million topics. Up early, Zoom call out to Abu Dhabi. Don't answer my phone if it's gonna be about gossip. I don't really care, everybody got problems. That's why I be sharing my woes, letting y'all know it's okay, you can come up from the bottom. Whoa. Scraping, scratching, clawing. Before I start running, I started with crawling. Before I got balance, I started with falling. Started with broke before I ever was balling. Started with hope before ever reward. They ain't show up till I became important. You was around me from the beginning. Why you ain't say nothing? Why you ain't say nothing? Seen them hard times couldn't kill me. Why you ain't say nothing? Why you ain't say nothing? Stages I'm on getting bigger. Now you wanna say something? Been watching my story all winter. Why you ain't say nothing?